Hello, I'm Gary YouTube, joined by yet another Gary YouTube to do some Gary YouTubing, this time in the form of a tier list about AEW themes. And first and foremost there, Gary, I need to say thank you to Mikey Ruckus for being a god among men and saving wrestling themes on that kind of level in the Western wrestling world.
It's night and day, isn't it?
It really is.
From the one that we did prior to this one, it is night and day.
So go and check out that one just after you watch this one or before. Watch the pair of them however you fancy. We did Def Rebel a few weeks ago, and now we're doing AEW. The majority of them done by Mikey Ruckus, but there are some honourable mentions just to mention who won't be in the tier because we're trying to keep it to themes that we hear on TV each and every week as we're sat here in October as we're sat here 2024. So the likes of Jay Lethal and Helico, which is obviously a sad one because it is one of the best themes, but he's rarely on TV. Sammy Guevara, Wardlow, the Lucha Bros for understandable reasons, Powerhouse Hobbs. He's due back soon, but he might have a new theme, which would make this out of date. Those kind of themes are not in the tier. Let's go though.
Let's go.
Gary's joined by another Gary, together on the commentary, laugh and joke through every rank, from delicious foods to pranks. Gary YouTube, tier list here and reviews too. Gary YouTube, rank the world and show us truth.
Kicking things off with your AEW's World Champion, Jon Moxley. His song's called Death Ride, of course, debuted as part of New Japan Pro Wrestling way back in day when he was over there, back in 2019.
Why?
A long time ago. I think the pace suits his lucid walk. It gets gnarlier as it goes on. A nice bassy yet subdued bass.
A bassy yet subdued bass.
A bassy bass, right? But the groovy bass line, it's so subdued,
It is
but
great.
groovy.
It
It's
is
delightful.
groovy.
I think it's top tier personally.
I think it's top tier as well. I think it, like you pretty much said there, it suits his swagger that he has to the ring so perfectly. And I think it's his best theme he's had as well.
It's certainly better than Wild Thing.
I don't like Wild Thing as a theme. I get like the significance of the deathmatch wrestlers and this, that, and the other, but for him, I never thought it proper suited him. This though, banger.
Top tier for me.
Straight up to the top. Let's slam him in there.
And we're going to go through these quite quickly because there is, I think, 68 to get through. So Mariah May, hers is called Dream Over because Toni Storm's theme that we'll learn later on is called Somewhere in a Dream. So Mariah May's is called Dream Over because whoopah and all that kind of thing. I think this theme would suit a female member of the OG Dark Order if they have one back in the day. It has that kind of on-edge hook with like the notes being slightly off kilter, keeping you on edge because she is a deranged evil lady. And also it has twinkles because she is the glamour.
Well, that's it. It keeps some of the elements from a previous theme, which sounded more like a Tekken song. I said a lot of these songs, right, sound like fighting game songs.
Oh, yes.
And that's not a bad thing at all.
And that's why you're sat here, because I would be lost without you.
Exactly, that's the one. I've said as well that it's got like an overall sort of femme fatale, seductive feel to it as well.
You've gone there straight away.
I've gone there straight away, haven't I?
Femme fatale seduction.
No, that's kind of like her character, though. She's like an evil Bond lady. Don't you think?
An evil bondage lady,
No,
did you say?
I haven't said that.
I know what you're saying.
But she's got that kind of aura, that kind of feel to her. And I like it a lot. I do like a previous one, but for her character and how she's presented now, I think it suits her pretty spot on.
But I think in the pantheon of all the themes in AEW today, I think it's a good one, but it's all right in this tier. If that makes any sense to you.
To be fair, some of the other ones that we are going to get to are absolute bangers.
Yeah.
And I think in like you said, the pantheon of everything, I'll go with All Right. I'll go with All Right for sure.
Next up, we have Mercedes Money. Would you believe this song is called CEO?
No.
Just one, though, not multiple after one another. I think it needs to go in the bin straight away. I'll put that out there because you can't have the chant piped in and expect to get away with it. Because you listen to this song and you hear the CEO chants that you think of people when you're watching on TV inside the arena. It's a strange choice to have the start of it based on Symphony No. 9 E minor because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
There's a big choppy man from Austria.
Who could that be?
Does a similar sort of thing. It's a bit KSI in the thick of it for me, in the way that it kisses its own arse, which we think is good for a professional wrestler heel, but it is quite cringy in the way that it does it.
I agree. No, I couldn't agree more. I think the CEO chants are half-arse as well in it. It just doesn't sound very lively.
Yeah.
I'll give it like... It reminds me of a time when we were younger and we used to be like, oh, all wrestlers sing their themes tunes. And
She
I kind
does,
of
though.
like the fact that she does do that. But again, I agree. There's like references. I do like the references to her career. Like she says, Hell in a Cell in it. How did she get away with that? That's crazy.
That's a
Says the
trademark
boss and the
term.
blueprint and everything, which is kind of cool. But again, I agree. I think you can't have the symphony stuff without thinking about Gunter, and therefore I think it just takes away from it a little bit, you know?
In the positive side of things, I am a glass half full kind of guy. The dance that she does go well with the music.
It does.
I quite like that. The
Okada
rain
did as well.
pitter-patter down, yes.
It's good.
But yeah, the lyrics are a bit like stepping all over her minions to count her millions. I wrote down, which is nice. It's a nice one. That's a positive side.
That's a good one.
But I just think it's rubbish.
I think it's rubbish
The chant
too.
at the start, I think, is sacrilege to wrestling themes.
You've got to earn that, don't
Yeah.
you? You gotta let the audience know that that's where they have to do it, and therefore, nah.
Bring back her New Japan theme.
Bye.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that was a good one, that one as well. Money. Yeah, that was good.
Next up, we have the Young Bucks. You leave us no choice. This one's called It's Succession, based off the television program, that is, which is obviously, it makes sense because of their positions in AEW's EVPs. I also get a sense of the main event mafia when I hear it back from the TNA
Yeah.
days. Think about Scott Steiners and your Stings and your Kevin Nashes and whatnot as I watch Matthew and Nicholas walk down the ring to that song. I like how the piano key is a little bit too high, which is unnerving. Like you've requested a meeting with your boss and you know they're going to whizzle-wazzle you, but you're going to go in anyway because you have hope.
Oh yeah, the way you said that, then it reminds me. It is quite obnoxious. I feel like as well because it's like, and that's just them all over as well. I pretty much said exactly the same stuff. I like how grandiose and over the top it is. It gives me big Alan Sugar the Apprentice vibes as well for some reason.
Just him walking down a corridor.
But yeah, like when you listen to this and you listen to the Succession theme song like back to back, it's clear that is where they've got it from, and that's not a bad thing either because it suits them proper well.
Makes sense, yeah.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah, I think it's the right theme for them now.
Yep.
I'd say it's lovely as well. Because I like it when a theme fits the character.
I agree. I agree.
That's what weighed Mariah May's down a little bit for me. It's just the fact that you could apply it to more people than just her.
And I feel like as well though, like with the Def Rebel stuff that we were doing before, it all just felt very one note samey kind of thing. But this, they really put the thought into like, oh well, this character is this now, so let's go with this vibe, which I like a lot.
Yeah. Next up, we have Andrew's favourite theme.
Oh.
Konosuke Takeshita's that instantly
No,
recognisable
that's
theme.
the wrong one. Wait.
But how's the intro go?
That go.
Just checking. It's called Face Off, everybody. It sounds like a Nitro theme that would make it, if WCW made it past 2001, it felt like if they got like 2006, this would be the Nitro theme. And I say that because it's got that noise in the chorus bit of it, like
Yes.
the
It's got like the synths and stuff. And, oh yeah, they're called unison bends on the guitar.
Ah.
There you go. This feels like
named
a
after
fighting game.
Michael Unison, a
That's-
great guitar player.
That's exactly it. Maybe it is. I don't know. This again feels like a fighting game theme
It
song.
does.
He had another song when he was in DDT, and I think he had it for a little bit in AEW as well before they changed it, called Curtain Rises, and it's amazing. But I think that would suit him more as a babyface than this one does now. But
Yeah.
I think this is buzzing.
And I like the cadence of the song, right? Because it
Yes.
sounds like a horse galloping. And if there's one thing we know about Takeshita,
He loves to gallop.
he's a bloody horse in that wrestling ring.
He's a bloody horse.
He's never mind a horse. He's a full-on horse.
He is.
So I think it's lovely at least.
I think it's lovely as well. It's so good.
Even
it's
if
such a good theme.
Every time I hear it, I get PTSD to that music quiz that we did back in the day. Next up, we have Jack Perry. His is called Scapegoat for obvious reasons. We're going for the Raven aesthetic with the start. I like the start of it. It's very distinctive with the notes that once again a little bit off kilter, a little bit unnerving,
Yeah.
Andrew. But then too much like him, it descends into a dreary number, which is weird to say because it is quite like pacey.
It is quite pacey,
But it's
isn't
dreary
it?
and dreary and generic, easy for me to
But
say.
it's like the antithesis of what Jungle Boy was, and I do like the idea of that.
Not just bland.
Well, I mean, it has a bit of character.
It
I feel
feels like
at least.
menu music from a wrestling game.
Well, I think it's like in line with the other House of Torture themes as well, which is good. There's a bit of unison there. Oh, unison, there you go. Uniformity.
Michael Unison, yes.
Michael Unison, yes.
I will say it's deep and it's bassy, which I think is because there'll be a few examples on this tier list where I'll say I reckon it's a theme that sounds better in person than it does when you're watching or listening to it on YouTube, for example.
I did put here as well, like the orchestral parts give it like a final boss vibe, which I do like, but I don't think it fits his persona at the moment.
I've compared it to a song that was on my top songs of 2021 when I did a bit more exercise. And I like to listen to heavier music when I'm doing exercise, right? Hexenact, how do you say that?
I don't actually know.
Hexenact by Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, I've never heard of
It's
that one before.
that combination of the heavier music with the choir on top.
Oh.
It sounds quite like that.
You can't go wrong with
It's
stuff like that.
Hexennacht.
Hexenacht.
Hexenacht. But that was on my top songs of 2021.
I think it's all right. I don't think it's one of the best. I think it's somewhere in the middle because it's got bits that are really good, but they don't fit his character just yet.
I'd go top of bearable.
You go
personally.
top of bearable?
You take my opinion into mind and then put what you want.
Go on then. We'll put it there.
You don't have to bend.
No.
You don't have to bend over to my whims.
Because things get moved around because this next one, let me tell you,
goodness
is where
me.
it's at.
Claudio Castagnoli, which was used recently with PAX. I guess it could count as PAX theme as well, but we're going to do the PAX definitive theme later on the tier list as well. It's called Uppercut Moonlight, and that's because Tchaikovsky, 1812 Overture, plus Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata have been combined here to make an effing epic wrestling theme.
You actually
I
wrote that as
down.
well.
Oh my god, it's final boss music. I feel like I've run through a wall listening to this song.
I'm telling you, for the people that have played Bloodborne, you sit there and you listen to this and you can just imagine the final boss fight and Bloodborne going on. It's so good.
If you want to know how carried away I got, read out what I wrote down in that top paragraph there.
I think if I played this song while I was brushing my teeth in the morning, I'd be able to spark out of Francis
Ngannou.
if he started on me. Hey, who's that?
Who's Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, I don't know
Have
who
you ever
that
seen
is.
Jackass Forever?
Yes.
He's the big guy who punches Danger Aaron.
I did not know that.
He's the hardest man in the world.
He is the hardest man. What about Butterbean as well?
I'll take on Butterbean
You'll take
as well.
on Butterbean as well.
Yeah.
Go on then. It's so this. I think they've blended it so perfectly.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
top
amazing.
tier.
I reckon
It
so
fits
as
him
well.
as well because he is quite a classy wrestler.
He is.
A classy guy as well, I imagine, who likes coffee.
And his suit. Yeah, I think he does like coffee.
Yeah, I know he likes coffee, but I imagine he's classy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always hesitant to say, even with safe bets like Claudio,
Yeah.
always hesitant to say a wrestler's classy.
I think he's classy,
In a few
for
years,
sure.
it'll bite you on the arse.
He definitely sits at home and smokes a cigar
Yeah.
with bran flakes. That's quite is bran flakes classic?
He's got healthy bowel movements.
He does.
We're learning more and more about Claudio Castagnoli. Right, Kazuchika Okada, his is called Rainmaker for obvious reasons. It's nice to see a young buck nail the coin flip at the start of the entrance. Always adds a little bit of je ne sais quoi to the entrance. It couldn't be more Japanese wrestler if it tried.
It couldn't be more Japanese wrestler. It's just iconic at this point, isn't it? It's like if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what they've done. And I think it fits well for both heel and face
Yes.
as well, because you get the money thing, and the money thing always feels like a little bit cocky, a little bit like arrogant to me, but mixed with like the riffs and everything, it's good.
And then the juxtaposition of him walking down the ramp with a face like a slapped arse is really funny with the upbeat music.
It
'cause
actually is, yeah.
It's upbeat. I like the long guitar notes that are held for way too long, but it's wrestling, so it's fine.
Yep.
It makes it both radical and sick and cool. I've written my notes.
Radical and sick and cool.
Yeah. It's a great theme.
Well, I think, it is. I basically, exactly what I've said there is just, if it's not broke, don't fix it. There's been different, the good thing about this as well is they've had different intros for it too that really fit it. So if they do want to push it in a certain direction with something, you've always got that bit at the start before the coin flip that you could do that with if AEW wanted to do that. There's plenty of room to play with.
Yes.
Which is good. And I think
it's top.
I think it's top as well.
Maybe not the top of the top, but we'll find out at the end of the video where a very decisive Andrew will not hesitate and tell us what is the best theme in AEW based off who's in the top tier come the end. Anyway, next up we have Adam Cole. Don't say all about the boom. It's all about the boom. The boom. The boom. The boom. I didn't realize he's from Yorkshire. Combines obviously aspects of the old Undisputed Era theme, a little bit of something. I've got something for you from the Ring of Honor days, and it's one of the better themes of the current days now, Andrew.
It's one of the better themes. It's basically what feels like I don't want to say a rip-off of a Rage Against the Machine song, but it feels like a rip-off of a Rage Against the Machine
Which
song.
one?
Well, I mean, just any that's got the
boom clat.
So when Tom Morello
Just made
does
up a
like
word there.
when Tom Morello does what sounds like, the DJ deck kind of scratches, but he does it on his guitar. It's got a solo in there that has that kind of stuff in it as well. Just like the simple riffs and everything feel very Tom Morello as well. When I was trying to figure this song out on guitar when it first came out, I was like, I wonder what tuning and stuff it's in. I had to drop my 6-string guitar. The lowest note in this is a B, all about the boom. The lowest note, open B. Which I was like, oh my God,
it writes
that's very,
itself.
very cool. Mikey Ruckus, I think, wrote this on a 7-string guitar as well, which his lowest note was a
A
B.
7-string
A
guitar?
7-string guitar.
That's
You can
alien
get
to me.
9 strings. You can get even more than that many strings.
They never told me this back in the day when I was learning.
It's crazy. But again, like you said, it blends all of the best stuff of his other themes as well. It's a banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
I love the start of it, how it's a instantly recognizable. The only thing that doesn't do anything for me is the lyrics when the lyrics get going. Like, baby, my name's like a torch in a tank full of propane.
We don't care about that bit, though, do we?
Bring heat, build steam. I douse the whole place in gasoline. It's a bit. Ugh.
It is, but I think it's more about the rhythm of them rather than the
Yeah.
actual, like, the content of the lyrics itself.
Yeah,
Because
hopefully.
we're just waiting for the boom, aren't we?
And
That's all we're waiting
That's the other
for.
big highlight as well. Obviously,
It's-
we can
it's
all-
the best.
We can all do that at the same time. Boom. Half an RVD, an RV. An RV.
An RV.
It's a big truck.
It's going in there. It's
Yeah,
going in
it's
the
top
best.
tier, yeah.
Boom.
Next up, we have Serena Deeb. It's called The Professor, featuring Cutright and Brinson.
Yeah.
It's like a gnarly 70s brand of cigarette.
It sounds like
Oh, I'll have a
Robson.
10-pack of Cutright and Brinson, please.
Robson and Jerome. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Reminds
oh,
me of
yeah.
that, yeah.
Do I remember Robson
Well,
Green? Local hero around here,
Some
Robson
people
Green.
watching might not
Google
know.
Robson Green's Extreme Fishing. It's a great time. Right, I'm a big fan of this theme.
Me
I'm
too.
not sure what the name of the song is because the song they were sampling, but I've definitely heard the song that's been sampled before. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Just that was
Good, man.
impressively high.
Thanks.
Well done. But they've gone and done it. I think there's WWF aggression theme vibes from the lyrics when the guy starts singing it.
So,
You got that album?
no.
Have a listen. Run
Okay.
DMC's on there. Snoop Doggy Dogg's on there. Cool Chris and Old Dirty for Mankind. Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, what an
What,
album
LA
it
Knight?
is. Oh, my God.
Oh, my
What an
God.
album it is. But it's that sort of vibe from the
Yeah.
lyrics when they get going. She's not got much crackers, Serena, but this more than makes up for that when she's walking down the ring.
I absolutely agree as well. I think I also put like there's some bite and venom to the actual rapping of it as well, which is in a complete stark contrast to the rapping that we get in the women's themes of Death Rebel songs, and it makes such a difference too.
It's aggression themes. That's what it is. Or
Yeah.
vibe, sorry.
That's what it. And like I've also said, it's great because there's an Charles Xavier reference in there from
And
the
there's-
X-Men as well.
And the Simpsons references. Do
Oh
you want to hear
my
this one?
God.
If you go right deep into the theme, it has Simpsons references. It's this is the final exam, and you got to fight on your hands. That kind of demands Bart Simpson when he in detention. This will make more sense if you listen to it. I'll leave you right where you stand. This game star ain't scared? Question mark. I don't know. Smoke him like Miss Crabapple, but tell groundskeeper Willie bring a mop because I'm about to smack the piss up out of you.
Hey, well, if that's not in the best, then I don't know what's going
I
on.
legitimately think it isn't the
It's
best.
just that intro as well, with,
Yeah.
as we were saying, with like the sopranos, operatic voice is like so good.
It's a great theme.
It is a
Next
great
up, we have
theme.
Queen Aminata. It's called Royalty. It's by Perfect Time or Zachariah Kendall. Couldn't work it
I
out.
couldn't work it out because it looked like it was on some sort of just like stock music rap beats album where you go, here you go, you can have that beat if you
That's
want.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because MJF's is the same, didn't
Yeah.
you know? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, Owen once used that in a video apparently, and then all the comments in that video were just, that's just MJF's.
We
music
could
back
technically
in the
just
day."
play that song and not get copyright
Yeah,
claim.
exactly,
Because it's
yeah.
still on YouTube's audio
I
library
mean,
right
he
now.
does it right because he doesn't have to pay anybody
Yeah.
for that, which is like kudos to him.
He has picked a good one. Anyway,
He
Queen
has.
Aminata's theme. It is just some stock music. I'm just reading my notes here because we've established that now. It is just some
Yes,
stock music. It sounds a bit like something you'd hear in a saucy bar when you're watching a saucy lady shake their hips, like in one of the Scorpion King films.
That's kind of like the vibe
I'm
I got
picturing
from it too.
nighttime flames, a tiger walking by.
I was a little bit disappointed because hearing it, I'm like, oh, they've kind of like done the vibes well with like the regal sort of aspect of
Yeah.
Queen and everything.
That's
And-
got a bit of like faint chanting in the
Yeah.
background.
So
as
I was
well.
like, oh, they've really kind of like pinpointed and honed in on that. And then it just turns out they just found it on somewhere. And,
It
and
does
used
fit her,
But
though.
it works.
It's a
though.
good
It
choice.
works. It's all right. I think there's definitely room for her to have something bigger and better down the
Yeah.
line because she's incredible.
It's nice and bassy though.
Yes, it is nice.
I imagine it sounds quite good in the arena when you're there live with
Oh.
big old dirty speakers.
For sure.
But I think we're on the same level as Perry here.
I think we might be as well because there's bigger and better things in her horizon. I imagine in terms of themes.
She'll get a proper one day.
She will.
I believe. Next up, we have Britt Baker. It's called The Epic by Downstate, the lads who do Cody Rhodes' theme and Matt Cardona's indie theme and other wrestling themes around the world. Big fan of whoever made the call to put the Doctor Will See You Now in there. There's a little bridge
Oh.
between the intro note and the rest of the theme.
Works well.
It's a raw touch, they would call it back in the day. It has the epic feel with what sounds like trumpets, but I'm not sure if they are.
I don't. I don't think they are. They might be synths. I might be wrong, or like synthetic horns or something. You can tell it's
like Bill Bailey.
You were just Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
I saw him do that live.
Really?
That was very good.
Did he make a mess or not?
He did make a mess.
That's impressive.
He was very, very good.
That's impressive.
You can tell it's downstate because much like Cody Rhodes' theme song, they've got the dana 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 bits in there as well. So I'm like, well, I'm glad they didn't sing over this one because it would feel almost too similar to Cody's. But it suits her very, very well.
Yeah, I think if 2001 Kurt Angle was less of a nerd, he could have had this theme because the synthy trumpets are quite like.
Oh, a little bit actually.
Look at me, I'm an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah. No, I can see that for sure. I think it's very, very good. I think it's lovely. I don't think it's the
lovely,
best, but I think it's lovely.
Very, very solid indeed. Next up, we have Top Flight. Their theme song, is called First Class. It sounds like the lyrics could have been done by Lil Wayne, I've written down.
Oh.
They've got that gravel in the voice. Oh, no, his is more like a sheep. I like the use of the air raid sounds. It's a done-to-death trope in professional wrestling because they're called Top Flight. It makes sense. So I've written down, they're called Top Flight, and they're going to drop the boom on your sorry arse.
Wow.
So you better run into your air raid shelters, otherwise you're buggered.
Damn.
That's a better promo than either of them's ever could, I reckon.
They're very good lyrics.
I like the start with, and now we're going for a ride.
That's
First class top flight. I like it.
I said I like it as well. I think, for me, there's something a little bit edgier and darker in the tone that makes me think that it would fit them being heels a little bit better, almost. So them going heel with this theme song, I think would like really hit home a little bit harder for me. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it doesn't quite suit their personalities just as it is. But in terms of like them being baby faces and me thinking that this theme feels like a heel theme. So therefore, I don't think it's the best.
Oh, no, I was going to suggest like, either lovely or all right.
Yeah.
Very top of all right. Or
I do like
lovely.
the gravel, like you said, in the voice and everything, though, too. I'm going to go lovely, I think.
Go on, then. I'll go
think
with
it's
that.
pretty buzz.
Next up, we have Skye Blue. Hers is called Choke, which is by Big Mikey and the Butcher Babies.
I wrap my arms around you.
Throat.
And then it says, what does it say? Until your face is blue. But
Yeah. I couldn't work out what it said me. I listened to it
That's
about 20
very good.
times, yeah.
Oh.
I like the start, with the juxtaposition, I'm going to use that word again, of the wrap your arms around your throat and then whatever comes in straight after there. Nice rhythm to the thing. It's got that sort of crazed noise some latter-day Prodigy would have in their stuff I've written down.
Yeah, it does a little bit,
bit
doesn't it?
Prodigy, but I like the fact that it's heavy, the pace is there, it's more charismatic than the wrestler again, but that's not Mikey Ruckus' fault.
No, that's true. I said, I've said pretty much the same things as well. Suits are darker, more vicious persona. They take elements from her previous theme, and that's the basis for the dun-dun-dun, like the chuggy riff, and I thought that was really, really good. I thought
chuggy riff.
I love a chuggy riff, me. And it just like, it works so well because you listening to a previous theme, you wouldn't have thought that melody would translate itself so well into, and it's almost like it's been premeditated. Like, oh, we could do this if we turned it, if she went down a different persona or whatever.
Check out my melody, she
I like
says.
it a lot.
Yeah. I think it's at least lovely, if not higher.
I've said the best. I said, hang it in the love.
Stick it down near the bomb.
All right.
We'll work it out at the end. What's the best
That's
theme,
true.
obviously, but
That's true. That's
I'll
true.
go with it. It's not bad. Metalingus, just off you go. Just do it. Just do it now. Just move on. Hangman Page is next. It's called Black Hat, a Hangman theme by Vincent Padula. That's so good. Now I know this. The genesis of the theme I know is based off Terry Funk's WCW theme called "With a Man with a Harmonica."
Is that
but
right?
then I've gone to search for that on YouTube and I found out that's actually from a film called A Time in the West. That eerie harmonica. I love it. Me as a wrestling theme.
It's
Terry Funk walking out of that was terrifying.
I don't know if I can actually remember that one so well. I'll have to go back and listen to
I
that.
can't do it like you do.
That was good.
But it's the right place and the right time for Hangman to have a theme based on something like that, the eerie sort of scary harmonicas. It works for the gimmick he's got now.
Yeah, for sure. Is it, you got like the piano in there, which reminds me of like the honky tonk style piano that you hear when a villain shows up to put someone on the train tracks, they get him run over. But not in like a comedic sort of like campy way. It works really well with the tone of the whole song and with the tone of him. It just feels like his other Western themes feel quite warm, This one feels just like cold and like he doesn't want anything to do with you at all. Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's very good.
I feel like we're just throwing everything in the best, but there's a difference.
What we're meant to do, Andrew?
Exactly.
We're served up a platter of wrestling themes. They're either good or they're bad.
It's a banger.
Or
it's
somewhere
going in the
middle.
best. Boom.
Dark Order's next to Put Your Clothes, I think it's called. So it starts off the same as the old one, but then it sort of goes into something a bit higher, a little bit more peppy, a little bit more steppy. I think it's something you'd hear, because there's chanting in it of join us, join us, join us.
Yep.
It's like Vecna on his way to the Upside Down to eat some teenagers.
It is a little bit. To eat some teenagers.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And do you know what? Now with like the more, I guess they're going more sort of towards how they used to be a little bit more now with everything that's happening within AEW and with the BCC and everything. So it suits them more. When I was writing the notes for this was like a week prior, and I was like, it's good, but I don't know if it suits them right now.
Yeah.
But it's starting to like turn back that way.
It's certainly a more versatile theme because when they were at their babyface peak and they came out with the original Dark Order theme, which is very much a heel theme, it was a little bit awkward at times.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because the crowd are going, yeah! And they're
Yeah.
like, join the Dark Order. Dun, 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 with a bassy, beaty thing. Buttery biscuit bass.
The buttery biscuit bass.
But this one could be used easily for a babyface or a heel team, so I think that's why they changed it. It's worked. I think it's a good theme.
I agree as well.
I'd go more towards Mariah May, if anywhere, on the tier list so far.
Oh, okay.
Maybe even slightly above her, because it's got a bit more bolsh.
I think a little bit, maybe just above.
Oh,
just
he's gone
there.
just above.
Just there.
Anna Jay's next up. It's called Welcome to the Show. I know it's based off the old Anna Jay theme, but it's more bouncy and more free-spirited. But the start of it just sounds like the AI at the start of this very video today.
It does a little bit. It feels like, obviously, she had that short excursion in Stardom, and it feels very like a Joshi Wrestler's theme song. And they've taken bits from the Queen Slayer stuff too, but I think Queen Slayer's a bit better.
Yeah.
And you also noted that there's a sound in there.
So if you go to 1 minute 47 seconds and let it play for the next 5 to 10 seconds, you'll hear a little fart numerous times. A little
It's
one of them.
and
It's lovely.
And when you messaged me being like, "There's a fart in there," I was like, he's just over exaggerating. It's like, it's hyperbole. He's just like exaggerating it. It literally sounds like a fart.
It's a pitch perfect dehydrated fart, is what it is. A little, you know what I'm talking
one
about.
in bed.
But I compare it to if Harry Hill's TV burp was hosted by RuPaul, this would be the theme song. And Andrew said that was good, so I'll take it.
I said it was good. I also said that it reminds me being back home in the early 2000s watching Spaced and The Matrix, wondering what it's like to throw shapes into club.
I've never seen.
Like in Spaced where they go to the nightclub and they're dancing.
I've never seen either of those things you just mentioned there.
Oh my god, it's just like techno. It's just mad techno.
I know in The Matrix they wear long coats and big Wesley Snipes is there.
Do you remember Blade? No, wait, The Matrix is not Wesley Snipes.
Is it not?
No, Blade is Wesley Snipes.
Does
And
it
they're
look
in
similar?
the club, and then all the blood starts pouring on him in the club, and like, sexy. But like the techno music's going.
Wesley Snipes is all sexy.
Well, I guess he is in Blade.
Oh, wow,
I'd say
we
so. Wow, we were. Indeed. It's
just about bearable, isn't it?
yeah, I think so.
I think the peppiness just keeps out the bin. It is pretty bad, though.
It is.
And
it
the
is
farts
pretty
are
bad.
funny, obviously.
That's the best bit.
Next up, we have the acclaimed by Platinum Max. He likes to call himself, and he's not doing the wrestling, and he's doing the music production. It's hard one to put in the tier because it is just a
just
beat.
a loop.
A beat for Max Cass to do the raps over the top of. But it is a nice beat. I like the cadence of the doon, 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 doon.
I agree. I think obviously for what it is, and it's just the basis of his raps. I think it suits it well. I think the tone and everything of it is like very classic hip hop too, which is cool. I quite like that. But yeah, essentially it is just a loop.
Just go all right, I think.
Let's go
yeah.
all right. But we're not saying that the raps that Max Caster does don't push it up a little bit, but on its own, it's all right.
They used to.
They used
I think
to.
they had their day.
I agree. Yeah, they used to.
STP up next. Shane Taylor Promotions. It's called STP by Mont Easy. Reminds me of Remember the Name by Fort Minor.
Oh my god!
Remember
That's a name I've just remembered. Yeah. Oh my god!
Reminds me of that sort of thing. It's fight music is what I'm getting at
Yeah.
here. There's even a little bit of shredding towards the end that belongs on. Now this is the niche reference.
Go on.
Mike Oldfield's Christmas number.
I don't know.
Il Duce Jubilo, I think
I
it's
don't
called.
know
If you listen to that and go like 3/4 of the way through and he starts shredding
on his guitar.
that's in STP, let me tell you.
The guitar reminds me a little bit of what Jade Cargill's theme used to be
Yeah.
as well. And I do like that a lot. Again, it's kind of like, it's a little bit loopy. Like, not as in like loopy, like, whoa, I'm crazy. But it feels very much like it just loops around, almost like the Acclaims does a little bit. I think it's good for like a big man and his stable. I think it suits them more, like plod into the ring and everything. Feels a bit menacing. But it's all right.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think it's at least lovely. At
Really?
least. STP. STP. It's fight music.
No, it is. I think it suits them well as well. I'll go on then. I think it's better.
I'll tell you what. You've given me
I
a
think
couple.
It's better.
You can put it in all right, Andrew.
I
You have
think
my
it's
permission.
better than just the Acclaims on its own, and also is it better than Mariah May's though?
Yes. Don't even put that
Oh,
question
go on
out
then.
there.
Fine, I'll put
Did
it
I
there.
clap at the
I'll
start
put
of
it
this
there.
take, by
Yes,
the
you
way?
did.
So, yeah, that's
You
all right
did,
then. I've
yes.
just gone blank there for some reason. Right, next up, we've got the guns, but not many men. We could cheat and put that in the very top because that is one of the most iconic AEW entrances, or maybe wrestling entrances, of the last 10 years.
Oh, the camera and everything.
Yes.
God, it works.
But it's
so well.
called The New Gun Club is the theme we're going for here. This is a song you put on when you're cruising through a city late at night with your windows down and you want to impress the people who are walking by the side of your car.
Yeah, you're off to the mall in Vice City to rob that sports car inside the mall.
Vaporwave, Andrew.
Yeah,
is the song
synthwave,
of-
vaporwave. Yeah, it's
I
got
like me
that-
dark synth a bit more. I can't lie to you, but vaporwave
agree.
is up there.
I like this. I like this quite a bit. I don't. We'll get to one of the best ones in a little bit, but I still think this is very, very good, and I think it suits them as well. They've still got like the Western sort of like guitar chord and everything at the start.
I said that at the start you might think it's Hangman's theme.
Yeah, you
because
would a
there is
little
that
bit, wouldn't
guitar,
you?
and then there's
Yeah.
like the old-fashioned railway bell.
But somehow it like weaves itself into that synthwave stuff like super well, and it just works.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's a cracking theme.
It's a cracking thing. It's
At
a
least lovely.
It's a lovely.
It's at least lovely.
And yeah,
Next up, we have, as Matthew would call her, Throne of Gold. It's Deonna Purrazzo, everybody, but for some reason, Matthew can't say those two words.
that's
after one another.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Lyra Valkyrie, Deonna Purrazzo, Throne of Gold, it's called. The theme of a main eventer, I think, for sure. It's
Oh, yeah.
epic, maybe even could be the theme song of Dragon's Den, because it sounds really, really rich. That's not in terms of it being full-bodied, just monetary.
Like chocolate.
No,
No, not rich like chocolate.
rich like, well, Trump's in my head now. Donald Trump, he's got some
He's
money.
got a bit
He's
of
got a bit of money.
brass.
Also, yes. We have some stringed instruments in there, which is a must if you're going to be calling yourself a virtuoso.
A virtuoso,
If you're
yeah.
a narcissist like that. Not quite a top tier one, but I do think it's very good.
I think it's very good too. I think it takes elements from her NXT and her TNA themes, but it's just like the best version of all of them combined together. And for her character and who she is, it feels very grandiose. The orchestra is just insane. Again, it feels very like Final Boss. She
Yeah.
needs to be in that women's world title picture. This song feels like she deserves to be.
It is
there.
a main eventer's theme.
It
but
is, isn't it?
She needs to get
She
up
does.
there.
She does.
We are
It's,
getting there slowly, I think, though.
I think it's fine. I think it's lovely.
I'll go lovely.
I go lovely.
Yeah.
It's bloody good.
Hi, guys! Next up is Jericho and the Learning Tree, Spotlight by Chris Jericho's band Fozzy. I don't know if you've heard them before. But for it being a Fozzy song, I think it's one of Fozzy's better numbers.
I wrote down, and this might be sacrilege. I said it's better than Judas.
Better than Judas?
Better than Judas.
What makes it better than Judas?
Musically, I think it's more interesting than Judas.
Right.
I like the riff a lot more
Yeah.
than Judas. I like the vocals a bit more than Judas. Just overall, I think it's better than Judas. The thing that Judas has for it is obviously like the chorus,
Mm-hmm.
and that is always like a big part of what makes a good song as well. But I just like this a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I know what you said, because I wrote down nice riff for the first verse.
the riff is
I like
very
the riff. I don't know if it, because, I don't know. As a wrestling, as a song, They're both all right, aren't they? They're both good, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Yeah. This is Fozzy we're
I don't
talking
know.
about. Bless them. Bless their
Bless
console.
them. They headlined Wembley twice, man.
Oh, shut
They
up.
can
with
do
you.
whatever they
Your
want.
semantics. The learning tree bit at the start pisses me off, but that's the point.
That's the point of it. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing with Chris Jericho, right? Is he's like, oh, well, it's supposed to be there to annoy you, but it's not, though, is it? It's just Chris Jericho being Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Either it gets cheated or it doesn't, but
Yes.
it's still Chris Jericho
Yep.
being Chris Jericho. Because it reminds me of Rooty Tooty Booty back in the day. That
Oh.
one didn't go anywhere because everyone hated it, so he stopped doing it. But when a little bit of the bubbly, for example,
Yes.
that went somewhere.
That did go somewhere.
But But I like the effects they've put on Chris Jericho's voice because I've heard the guy sing live, and that's not the same as when he's recording a hit for.
Oh
Fozzy.
yeah, no. There's definitely
not
a
at
lot
all.
of studio magic going on.
What do they do, Andrew?
What do they do?
Yeah.
They'll add there'll definitely be when we say auto tune, we don't necessarily mean the stuff that you hear in the pop, but literally if a note's a little bit out, you can drag it to where it should be to make it sound a bit more
it's
natural.
disgusting.
It is a bit
Not like
crazy.
it was back in my day.
No,
With Samantha Mumba, she's never heard of an auto tune. But I'd go lovely. You know?
I think lovely.
Yeah.
It feels weird saying that for Chris Jericho, but I think
it's an
I think
alright
that's
song.
very
Isn't
great. It is.
It's
It
a good,
is.
for a wrestling theme as well. It is quite good.
It's one of the better ones I think that Fozzy have done. And
live-
that's coming from someone who doesn't really like Fozzy though.
Yeah,
so.
the live performance at Wembley was painful.
Oh, it was. It was
bloody
pretty
painful.
bad. Yeah.
But we don't have to do live every time.
No.
FTR, Dark Side of TR.
Straight up ain't best.
Just get it straight up.
straight up.
Let's go and have a tequila after the show. Oh, bloody hell. I love my family and kids, and I love wrestling even more.
I thought you meant the sitcom My Family then. I love My Family.
I love that crazy tall fella.
What's he called? Nick
Wow.
something?
Nick, yeah.
Yeah, he
What's
was
that
called Nick
name?
in the show. I don't know.
He was on another show, wasn't he? Was it like Wild at Heart or something?
Oh, something like
Then
that.
he went
Yeah. He
missing.
was a detective man.
Yeah. It's top tier theme. Brody King next up. Be Harder by God's Hate, a band who I've become to know fairly well recently.
Because he's the frontman of said
He
band.
is, yeah.
He's very, very good
He's
as well.
hard as balls on
He's
the
hard
stage.
as balls.
Really enjoy watching the crowds during these shows because remember Seth Rollins' first entrance back in NXT when he would swing his arms around?
Yeah.
They do that.
They spin
And
the legs.
they don't care who they hit.
Oh, they don't care. Have you seen the clip of, I think it's Darby Allin getting on stage and he chucks Darby Allin off the stage
That's just
into
a
the
Sunday
crowd?
for Darby,
which
innit?
is
Yeah.
just a Sunday. Oh, it's buzzing this song though.
This is the one though. I love it. I love the coupled with the presentation of Brody King in the House of Black and all that kind of vibe. Him walking out there wearing his balaclava and his expensive Stone Island jackets with this playing. This is a bit of wrestling for me.
It's where it's at. I mean, what could possibly be more suitable for a wrestler than yourself?
No.
Which I guess maybe then when we were talking about Chris Jericho, maybe I was a little bit harsh on him. I
do
didn't
think
mean to be.
this one's definitely top tier though, because it's the first time I think I'm going to say this video. It's definitely frat boy knocking down material on Northumberland Street. If you see a gaggle of frat boys wearing leather jackets with their hair combed
you'd
back,
be spinning them arms.
some people would be, and myself included, would be intimidated. But when you put the right song in your ears, just walk straight through them, send them down tumbling like bowling pins.
Absolutely.
And this is a song for that.
This is as well as we'll get into. I just feel like the House of Black in general, they don't have songs that miss very much. You know?
No, they don't. The worst one, which isn't in this tier list because we don't hear it too often on TV, is Buddy Murphy's.
I
Buddy
can't
Matthews.
even remember what.
Why have I said Matthews? Murphy.
Murphy and Matthew sound similar.
Buddy M.
Buddy
Boney M.
Buddy M.
But his is the worst one, but even that's not bad.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, it's top tier. Next up, we have Bryan Danielson, the standard version, Born for Greatness by Elliot Taylor. I like the time with the Flight of the Valkyries at the start, even though initially I remember back in the day when he first debuted for AEW, they distorted it so much and had it quite subdued. You could barely hear it for his entrance, which is a little bit awkward, but they sorted that out in the end. I like that you're gonna the chant and the clap along that you're gonna get your effing head.
And I didn't even realize that until sitting down and listening to it with headphones on. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, but then when that ends and the lyric comes in, obviously Danielson will like this kind of thing because I assume he had a heavy hand in picking this theme for him to do his entrances too in the wrestling. But it doesn't work for me. It's not anything related to Bryan Danielson as a wrestler, as a character.
That's what I always thought about this. So when he first came out with this theme, and then it got into like the trap beat with the vocal, I was like, "What? I don't quite get it."
Then do you remember when Elliot Taylor did the live performance for his entrance?
Yeah.
And he came out there looking like a Poundland MGK.
Yeah,
I was like, this isn't Bryan Danielson at all.
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like such a weird juxtaposition for him and his style of wrestling and who he is. So it's
As a standalone song, it's quite good, but as a Danielson theme, it didn't work for me.
I agree as well.
Do you
I agree.
actually?
I genuinely
I thought
do
it would have
agree.
been an unpopular comment from me. though.
Because again, like I'm sort of just thinking about my initial reaction to hearing this when he came out to it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I think it's all right though.
Yeah, I'll go all right. Could be better, could be worse.
It could be. Agreed.
Next up, of course, we've got the standard version in there, but we've got to put the big pay-per-view special number in there. Final countdown.
It's the best.
Get it up there.
It's the best. You know what you're getting when you hear the final countdown? You're gonna get a banger.
Have not had a finer moment this year than when that was playing after he's won at Wembley Stadium.
That must have been
I was
tremendous.
pissed as a fart.
Yes.
Just singing along. Du-du-du-du. Oh, what a time it was.
I've not, and I doubt I will experience that feeling now. So. Because he's given.
Why?
Well, because he's
other wrestlers.
toned it down, hasn't he? He's toned it down with how much he's wrestling and stuff.
There's other wrestlers, though.
What, that are going to use the final countdown?
maybe not.
That's
Maybe
the
not.
thing that I'm not getting.
We need a wrestler that use like Bon Jovi or something like that. The key change in It's My Life.
Oh, my God. There's a song later on that reminds me of...
Is he tall?
He's a tall big boy.
He's a tall man.
He's a tall big
We'll
boy.
get there later, though. House of Black next up. Dead Body in brackets. House of Black remix. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic start with the E-Unus, coupled with those fancy lights they do in the arena on the crowd. A big fan of how heavy it is. It's a good marching song when it kicks in. Really fits the gimmick. I really like it. This was on my Spotify playlist just in rotation a few months ago.
Yeah, this is like the kind of music that I just listen to outside of listening to wrestling themes. I think, like, again, it suits them so perfectly. It's dark, it's heavy, it's plodding, it fits the whole stable so perfectly. It's a little bit atmospheric as well, much like Malakai Black's too, which I'll get into because I love that band so much when we do get to that one. But again, like I said before, it feels like they just don't miss when it comes to
No, they
picking
don't.
songs.
It's a top tier one for
It
me
is.
as well.
Me too.
This is again his personal preference. I much prefer my rock music in my wrestling
Me
themes.
too. Me too.
Not all the time, but most
Yeah,
of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Jamie Hayter, Indignation. This isn't rock music. It's house music,
Oh, it
and it's
sure
absolutely
is.
fantastic. It's ravey. It's ballsy. I like the lyrics. I've got no idea what they're saying, but it's got like sort of. Do you remember Prince Devitt back in the New Japan days?
Mm-hmm.
Never used to watch New Japan, but I always like find the theme somehow. The rock and roller one.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, that one.
Sometimes it's not about it's sometimes, like I said, it's just about the rhythm and how they're said and stuff. It doesn't really matter what's in there.
Feel like I'm Bulba. What's he called off?
Bulbasaur.
Bulba off episode 1. What's he called?
Bulbasaur.
Yeah,
Who flies?
yeah, the little one. The
Butterfree?
The scrap man.
Are we talking about Pokemon?
No.
Oh, I
Star
was.
Wars.
The Scrap Man.
The Scrap
oh,
Man.
Watto.
Is it called Watto? Yes. I've got that.
I
mixed up
thought
good and
you
proper
meant
there.
Bulbasaur
Who's Bulbasaur?
from Pokemon.
I never
Never
effed with
mind.
Pokemon. And I'm glad I didn't after what Matthew said on the podcast last week. Dirty boys.
Oh, and that's one of my favourite Pokemon as well. Imagine finding out about that.
Not anymore.
Sad.
What did he do to a little girl?
Well, we don't need to get into that in a tier list video.
What do they have to Google if they want to find out some more about that?
They just kissy.
Was
a
it
little
Freak?
bit.
Was it Freak Geeks Leaks or something?
No, Game Freak.
Game Freak
Game
Leaks.
Freak.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you need to Google
Yeah.
if you want to know more. But this is top tier for me.
It's top tier for me as well. I think wait, are we still talking about? Oh no, we're
Jamie
talking about
Hayter.
Jamie Hayter. It's bang on. It feels like it should be played at Tomorrowland for a whole 24 hours.
Yeah.
Everybody would go absolutely insane.
Well, there's the
for it.
reason that Mikey Ruckus started doing the Hater raves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the basis.
You've
Oh,
got
just
to.
get you going. Christian Cage, of course, is based off My Last Breath by Evanescence. Probably called Your Dad's Dead Lol or something like that. Couldn't find the title for this song.
It's probably that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Obviously, it's the old TNA theme based off this song, and then they brought it into the modern day with a little couple of tweaks here and there. I like the countdown now being used at the start for like a Dean Malenko kind of astonishing, inspirational father, whatever. It's just a good theme, isn't it? I don't know
It's
what you
just
say
a good,
about
yeah,
it.
no, pretty much like we said with some of the other ones. If it's like with Okada's, if it's not broken, you don't have to fix it. You just add little bits here and there.
But if we are doing a tier list of Christian's themes,
Yeah.
try this on for size. Waterproof Blonde, top.
Which one?
The lady vocals of Just Close Your Eyes. Then it's this one.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Then it's At Last. Then it's this one.
Oh.
And then we go all the way down to the male vocal version of Just Close Your Eyes.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That song.
Everyone loves it at home, but I much prefer Waterproof Blonde.
I think I prefer Waterproof.
Yeah.
I think it's so much better.
Yeah.
This one's. It's the best, isn't it? As well.
I'd
It's
say,
a bang.
oh, yeah. He's been spoiled down the years, hasn't he, Christian?
He's
with
had
good
some
themes.
bangers, hasn't he?
Yeah. Next up, we have Daniel Garcia, son, of course, of Lillian Garcia, who's made a return to wrestling recently. Leading the Way, it's called. I feel like I'm in the strippers, never mind the wrestling, watching this thing walk down the ring and then shake his hips to this song. I like the lyrics. Leading the way, DG on top, stay in your lane. Home, I'm leading the way. DG on top.
Home.
I like the mood.
I like it, but I think
That's what it sounds like.
I like it for his dancing persona. Man, I'm not sure if I buy it now with the storyline that's going on. I think his other one. I think it's Crimson Extinction because it's got a little bit more oomph to it, a little bit more aggression.
I'm going to use that bloody word again.
Kavorka.
Juxtaposition.
Oh, that's a good word.
I like it when it's all laid back and like, we're in the strippers.
But he's gonna knock your head off.
He struts down the ring. No, not struts. Strides down the ring. He's going down there like the clappers.
Yeah, he is.
So I
like
like the
clappers.
juxtaposition between the two of them.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. I do think it's still a good theme, and I think it did fit him like so perfectly when he was doing the dancing stuff. So what are we saying? Are we saying lovely or the
I'd
best?
say towards the bottom of lovely.
I think towards the bottom.
Yeah.
I'll go for that.
Yeah, still a good one. I like how different it is as well. It's always good to hear a different sort of
Oh
vibe.
yeah.
Darby Allin, I fell instantly recognizable with the hook at the start with the guitar and then the drum beat, then it kicks off. I fell is great for him as well because he likes to do that, but he chooses to do that.
He chooses to do that. I like this one a lot, but again, I'm biased because the singer of this is from one of my favorite bands called Tiger's Jaw as well.
Tiger's Jaw.
He's not in Tiger's Jaw anymore, but he was very, very good.
That's
and
good
a
because
very
that would
good
hurt.
band as
That
well. It would hurt
if you're in the
wouldn't it?
Tiger's
Yes.
Jaw, getting your leg bitten off.
It fits I know he's not from Seattle, I don't think, but it fits that whole Washington grunge vibe, which suits Darby very, very well. Like you said, it's just recognizable. Like you just know straight away.
It's an iconic wrestling theme. I know it might be too soon to say that, but we are 5 years into him having that theme on a big stage like AEW, and it is one of those themes.
I agree. I think it's one of the best.
I think it's one of the best as well.
It sounds a bit like Nick Cave as well, a little bit. It's got that.
Nick Cave. What about? I know
Nick
that
Cave
name.
in the back. Red Right Hand.
Oh yes, of course, the old the Birmingham.
The Birmingham.
What
Was that on? It was on
Peaky
Peaky
Blinders,
Blinders, wasn't
one.
it?
Yes.
Arctic Monkeys did a good cover of that as well.
I doubt they did. Was it recorded after about 2013, 14? Because everything,
No, it was-
everything after that with Arctic
I think
Monkeys
it
is
was-
dead to me.
I think it was Humbug era. No, Humbug's good.
Humbug? Oh, Humbug. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing him sat there with his Elvis quiff and whatnot.
No.
He pisses me off,
No,
so he does now.
We get to about what Suck It and See, and then
Yeah,
after that,
about
we're a bit
2013,
like,
14, then we
yeah.
get-
Yeah.
He gets a bit too big for his own britches, doesn't he?
Agreed.
Yeah. Bastard. Anyway, Kris Statlander, the face turner scene, looking out for me, the other one that sort of starts with the aha! Take on me music video. Yeah, that's the one. That's now been turned into, that was Looking Out for Me featuring Katana Blade, and that's now been turned into what's called Betrayal, Kris Statlander 2.0 AEW Entrance Theme.
Which
Catchy
means
title.
we've got guitars,
Drums.
We've got drums.
Because it's the same lyrics, it's the same just about everything, but they have added guitars and drums because she's a babyface, and when you are a babyface, you can't have a slow-paced theme, apparently.
It's true. But it's weird that they've literally just tacked that onto her heel theme.
But it still makes sense, though.
It does.
Because the heel theme, when they're on about betrayal, she's on about people betraying her, but then, her betraying people and looking out for herself.
Yep.
But now it could be twisted into people betraying her, and her still looking out for herself.
Yeah. No, it can't. I think it's still a really good. Still think it's a really good thing.
Yeah. It's like when Lil Wayne brought out Bedrock. Not Bedrock. Drop you on your effing head. I'm going to pick you word up and now I'm dropping money in my head. You know that one he did?
don't know if I do.
That had like a rock bed.
We like a rock bed to
Bit
our
of rock
music.
rock rap. Oh my god. I had a terrible night's sleep last night.
Rip rock.
Yeah, rock.
What do we? I think it's love. I actually really like this one.
I was gonna say all right.
Oh,
It's all right, innit?
Top of all right.
I think the initial one's better than the remake.
I
just
think I agree
It works
as well.
better as a song.
I
yeah.
think I agree actually with that one. I do just like guitars and drums though, mate. There we go. We'll put that there.
No lyrics, just guitars
just
and drums.
guitars and drums.
Eddie Kingston, Cold World is called. The world is cold. You better buckle up.
You better buckle up.
Bundle up. You better bundle up. Ooh, the world is cold. You better bundle up.
Oh,
if
that
you're
sounds a
staring
bit-
at me, you better buckle up.
Oh, that's better. There we go. We get bundle. That was good.
Getting the bundle and the buckle mixed up. The organ usage,
Organ's so
fantastic.
good.
I realised listening to this, it has verses that you don't ever hear on TV because Eddie Kingston, he gets a stride on.
Literally what I said,
Yeah.
like 20, we only get about 20 seconds of this song usually because he just gets straight out into ring, doesn't he?
It's another fighting song, though.
It's very good.
Like your
and it suits him
STPs,
so,
yeah.
like you close your eyes and you could just imagine, you can just like see Eddie Kingston.
Sat at an organ.
Yeah, just playing it. You better bundle up because it's gold. I think it's
top tier.
I think it's top tier.
Oh,
as
it's
well,
one of the
for
more
sure.
iconic AEW themes
Yeah.
of all time, I'd say.
I agree.
Next up, we have Hologram. It's called Lucid Imagery, which I guess is what a hologram is.
I guess it is like a dream.
Like a dream thing. Sounds like an ITV game show theme at the start, especially with those few notes before the initial drop. But then you hear a wrestler called Hologram, and you see a wrestler in a mask called Hologram, and this is the theme you would think he has. But then, Andrew, you listen a little bit deeper on, and it turns into a prime cruise around town with the windows down song.
Well, that's what I put as well. I think it fits the bill of like a Back to the Future film, which I guess is sort of like, again, like a hologram kind of, it's all futuristic and that. But then, I think like the synth stuff later on, it just works so well for him because obviously A hologram to me always feels like it's sort of like, you know, in the 80s where they were like wondering what the future would be like. It gives me that kind of vibe.
And then Star Wars Episode 1 show us, of course, with their hologram phones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Their hologram Vodafone.
Yeah, they have it now.
I wanted one of them so much, them little comlink things.
Yeah.
They look cool, them.
They're really cool.
They look like shavers.
Don't give it a Jar Jar, though. He'll make a mess of it.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll make a Jar Jar. I don't know.
A Jar Jar mess.
Jar Jar.
They're trying to do that game they started downstairs. You take a word that rhymes with Jar Jar Binks, and then you just...
Jar Jar stinks.
Yeah, it's great time.
That's good. Right.
Anyway, this
it's
one,
good.
I think
lovely.
Lovely, yeah. Near the bottom of the lovely, though. I don't
Yeah.
think it's near the top.
No.
Certainly better ones out there. But I can imagine FTR one day. If you get past the sci-fi sounding stuff at the start.
yeah.
You imagine FTR having that theme at the end,
I
couldn't
think
you?
that'd work.
Yeah.
Them, the Guns, and FDR, hologram, the Guns, and FDR all together in a big convertible.
All dressed like hologram.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Willow Nightingale. Not a clue what it's called because it's not on the AEW Spotify or their music YouTube channel as far as I could see. It actually has lyrics, though, which I never realised until listening to it.
It's got like a vocoder on.
Gotta get it right. Gotta
Yeah.
get it right. You and I, we know how to get it right. I don't know how it goes now. But it reminds me of a Prince song, but without Prince singing on top of it.
Oh, it's just good disco time.
Yeah.
I think this is such a really perfect fit for her and her personality and who she is. And it's a bop.
Yeah.
It's just an actual bop with all the horns and everything.
Yeah.
And this feels like cruising down the street in Vice City.
In a clown car.
In a clown car?
Yeah.
Why?
Not a cool car.
No,
clown-
a cool disco car.
No.
Yes.
It's too peppy.
What,
too
yeah?
happy. I want more chilled out of my car. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough, fair
Get in a
enough,
clown
fair
car
enough.
with 25 other people. And then put this on. Then you're cruising
Then
around.
it's a party.
Yeah, it's a happy, catchy song for a
Yes.
happy, catch-as-can brawling bastard called Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
I think it suits her down to the ground. I'll go
Me too.
lovely or maybe the best. It just puts a smile on
I'm
your face,
gonna-
Andrew, you know?
It does. I'm putting in the
I'll
best.
let you put one in.
I'm putting in the best.
Next up, we have Hook, the Chairman's Intent by Action Bronson. You don't even know me. Which
Yeah.
fit him really well at the start, but I reckon in a couple of years' time you'll have to reword it to "You know lots about me now."
That's what I was thinking of because I guess it suited him back when he wasn't speaking as much. Not that he speaks loads, but he speaks more than he did.
Oh, there's
when
still
he...
enough mystique there for him to carry it
for
off.
sure, yeah.
I'm just a big fan of this song.
Me too. I think it's
wasn't-
very, very good.
Aware of too much of Action Bronson before. I knew more about his weight loss journey than I did his music, for
Oh,
example.
that's
But I like this song very much. I like the drums. I like the little.
The start with the organ and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And then it kicks in. But you know who? Instantly, it's one of them things. I always like that about a wrestler when you hear like literally like the first second, and you just go, "Well, I know who that is."
Yeah.
And that's what it's all
It's
about.
bloody Hook, isn't it?
It's bloody good.
Makes
isn't
me
it?
think of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a film!
What a
That's
film.
a good film. Is
Slaps
it going the best?
Best. Slaps hard.
It does.
Excuse me.
Ooh,
Slaps so hard.
So hard.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
Party.
Right, so Private Party have a third theme now in AEW. It's called Flex on 'em by Ty Lee.
Flex on him. Flex on him. We're not doing shots anymore. We're going to the gym now.
No, it's still a private party, but
Oh,
no
yeah.
alcohol.
But no shots.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
just
shots.
flexing instead.
I'm sad.
In a room. So this has a little bit of Snap Your Fingers by Little John about it, but a little bit quicker because that lyrical use. Snap your fingers! You'll know what I mean if you hear this theme called Flexing Them by Ty Lee. The initial notes after the OMG, it's hard.
It
And I
is.
say that in the sense of like, you're like, oh my God.
It goes hard.
Yeah, it goes hard.
It goes hard. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, shots was buzzing at the same time.
Hmm.
Everybody just chanting shots. Oh, it works well. But with this whole revamp sort of thing of them, I think it's a shot in the arm to make them feel a little bit. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Nothing naughty of a shot in the arm. Though. But I think it's like, you know, when a wrestler or wrestlers get a new theme and it just makes them feel a little bit next level.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what it's.
This is a tier above
Yes.
their old theme for me.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
what does that mean?
Is it the best or is it lovely? Is it top or lovely?
It might be top or lovely
It
for
might
me.
be top or lovely.
It's got Bosch.
It's got what, the washing machine?
Yes,
It's
Bosch.
got Bosch.
Next up, we have Yuka Sakazaki. It's called I Can Fly, apparently.
Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it.
No exaggeration.
You either love it or you hate it, but either way, it's world class. It's the sort of theme you don't hear too often in the Western wrestling world, I guess.
It
kind of.
reminds me of my uni days when Nyan Cat was a thing. Do you remember Nyan Cat?
You have to remind me that. I've got no idea.
Oh god, I don't want to. It was basically just like a meme of a cat that looked like a Pop-Tart that just goes.
That passed me by, Andrew, I can't lie to you.
It's very good.
That passed me by. I've got no idea what you're talking about. But this is a top tier theme.
It's a banger.
This made me like the lady initially when it just happened. I think it was a Double or Nothing 2019. She was there. We were having a great time in the stands. I might have just made that up. I might have dreamt about it. I don't know.
But the as well, the chorus is actually really, really good as well. Not just
Have you translated it?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
but,
right.
No, but like melody wise and everything,
Yeah.
it's super good. And also, we would have never have gotten the clip of Taz singing along to this theme song either. So that's always a good thing. And it sounds like it should be in. Have you heard of the band Anamanaguchi before?
No.
They do like video game soundtracks and stuff, but they're like a proper band that play live, and they did the soundtrack for the Scott Pilgrim game, and it would fit perfectly in that game.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Is it
Top tier.
the best?
Don't
it is
you
the
dare
best.
take that away
I'm sorry.
from me.
I'm sorry.
Next up, we have Jay White with Switchblade. His is called by Yonosuke Katamura.
Oh.
Kitamura. Katamura. Rawr, either way. Without the knife pervert noise at the start, obviously that was part of his New Japan theme. This one just goes shing, and then he gets into it. I don't know what else to say about this other than it just slaps. It's got that juxtaposition between the string instruments being all classy, then the rest of it sounded like I've compared it to Static X.
Oh, it does have that kind of like a little sort of industrial-ish feel in there.
I can picture Static X right in the under bit of the strings.
Yes.
So your strings are up there, and what that bit is, that's Static X.
I said, sort of keeping on the theme of boss themes, it sounds like a Final Fantasy boss theme, and that's always a big win in my mind.
There's lyrics towards the end that say, in 1961, start another, either war or one.
Oh.
I couldn't work out what it says. What does that mean, though?
I don't know. Where's he from? New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Maybe something.
Was that founded in 1961?
Maybe. Maybe it was. I don't know.
But I think
It's a banger.
It's a top tier
Again,
theme for
yeah.
me.
Do you think, I mean, obviously now he's more of a baby face. Do we think he gets a different theme, or do we think we keep it as it is?
Keep it as it is.
I reckon so.
I like
Go
how
on.
different it is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's come from opposite side of the world.
It has come from opposite side of the world, hasn't it?
You wouldn't get that over here, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
And speaking of worlds, nice segue
That was
into
good.
beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, boo, beep boop. Sorry, that's annoying. My world, Jeff Jarrett. It used to be a harbinger of doom
Oh, yeah.
because he would come out with his world title and then win again, even
It's
though he's
different
73.
now.
But he comes out now and you're in for a great time because it's Double J.
Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
He's got that John Cena effect, right?
What does that mean?
As in, like, but when we used to hear when we were younger and we were like, we're cool now. We're past the John Cena phase, and you hear John Cena's theme, and you're like, oh, God, it's John Cena again. But now
That
we
makes
appreciate
sense.
him a lot more, and we're like, I'm buzzing.
That
now.
makes sense. It's an
Yeah.
iconic theme. I don't know what else to say about it. Let's stick it in the top tier for me, Andrew.
It's getting big.
It's Double J.
It's getting big.
You
It's
can't
this
not
top
put him in the
tier.
top tier.
You can't,
It's
that's true.
fantastic. Right, so this was used at Wrestle Dream and for the pre-show match between Harley Cameron and Anna Jay, and it was used on Dynamite for Soraya's entrance. Sorry, Soraya's. I'm saying all the
Soraya.
words wrong today.
No, you're right.
Soraya's entrance for her four-way on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago. The Outcast theme's back. It's called Scorn. It features Ivy Andrews. I didn't want to compliment Soraya's fella either because he sounds like a terrible guy.
So I thought that's the one we were going for. So I said the riff's good, but the band and the fella can get in the bin. 'cause
He
they're
sounds
horrible.
like a terrible guy, yeah. But we're going to go for the Outcast theme. You know the one.
I like that
That one.
I like that one. I think it's good. I don't think it's like. I don't think it's the best, but it's got that sort of old school, like a Joan Jett kind of
Yeah,
thing.
did
to
you
it.
bloody what?
Hey, he wrote that.
Can
He
hear
wrote that
a
there.
Joan Jett or maybe even a Cranberry singing this kind of song.
It's got, and I like
Not an
that.
actual Cranberry, a lady.
The lady
in the
from the
Cranberries.
from the Cranberries. The zombie who sings, "Hey, the zombie."
Who are the Cranberries? Have I just made that up?
No, they're a band that sing zombie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm not with it today at all. I tell you what, it's been a terrible day at work. Creatine monohydrate is a myth, I'm finding out. I
think it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's lovely.
Bottom of lovely.
Bottom
yeah.
of lovely,
Above
yeah.
hologram.
Yes, yes,
surely.
yes.
Surely,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I started doing creatine monohydrate
What's
this week.
creatine?
Well, it's meant to be like a pre-workout thing, but there's been studies done about like mental, like cognitive, benefits for your mind, and that's just not working.
It's not working. Well, how
Unless
long
you
have
got
you been trying it for?
It's like 4 days now.
Well, then you gotta give it a little bit longer. I reckon.
Maybe, yeah. But I want instant gratification. Anyway, Timeless Toni Storm now. Somewhere in a Dream it's called, which makes Mariah May's theme being called Dream Over a nice touch. It's a gimmick tune, of course, but it fits. It's inspirational. It's wistful. It's hopeful. It's patriotic. It's classy. It's sassy. It's timeless. What say you about this theme, Andrew, as the camera cut out without making a noise?
It takes me back to my younger days in the 40s and 50s, Ross, where I walked down Hollywood Way and listened to all the Hollywood
And you saw
songs.
Vera Lynn live.
I saw Vera
We'll
Lynn
meet
live.
again. Don't know when. Don't know when.
It fits a gimmick so perfectly, and I like the fact that they've tried to make it even sound like it's coming through a gramophone or something. It's just missing. I say it's just missing like the vinyl crackles and all those little imperfections. But I feel like when you hear it, your brain kind of just puts them in there.
Oh, I can picture a little radio,
Oh,
like
yeah,
a little
yeah, a
boxy
little
radio
radio on there.
on a mantelpiece.
Oh, yeah, big
The
time.
entire family gathered round with their rations of bread and water.
We love a bit of bread and water.
Up the bread and water.
Up the bread and water.
It's a difficult one to put in the
It
tip
is.
because we're all going, oh, that's a banger, this is a banger. It's not a banger, but it really fits the character well.
It does. So what we? Oh,
I don't know what we do.
I don't know what we do.
Just stick
either.
it in all right.
Go
It's
on,
neither
stick-
here nor there, is it?
All right. I think it's lovely at least. Anyway.
All right then.
Do I?
You AEW pilled monster.
Whoa!
Yeah.
He's done it. He's done it.
Yeah. Right, Bang Bang Gang. Their theme's called Burning Daylight. It's straight in the top tier. This is the best nighttime cruise song with the windows down.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't have to slap so hard, but it slaps incredibly hard. The only criticism is the intro, because sometimes when you watch in Collision, mainly where they appear, it happens, and it's sort of, there's a little bit of confusion in the crowd because there is like little subdued noises.
Who's it gonna be? Well, they're the Collision Cowboys, though, aren't they? So you're gonna have it in there.
I would just prefer much
cut that bit off.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's also a banger, and I reckon it's just I didn't really write too much about it. I said it's a bang bang banger.
It's a bang bang banger.
It's a bang bang banger.
bang
and
bang
it's
banger for the bang bang ganger.
going in the top, baby.
Aye. Kenny Omega's battle cry. He'll be back soon. We've called him out with a cake and insides on his cake.
Yeah,
Your
we have.
putrid 20-foot intestines. On a birthday
delicious.
cake. It's called Battle Cry, of course. I'll let Andrew go on this one because I'm sure he can pinpoint which game or game series this is
my-
directly from.
Just everything. Obviously, of course, let's talk about the Sephiroth influence right here because obviously, so Sephiroth is
He used to play for Crystal Palace, didn't
the
he?
bad guy from Final Fantasy VII. He did, yeah, from Final Fantasy VII. That's where the one-winged angel thing comes from.
Right.
For Kenny Omega, he even came out in that entrance. I think it was Wrestle Kingdom as well, where he had the Sephiroth garb on.
He's just nicked that from somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the
Masterful from him.
one-winged
I
angel.
literally had no idea
Did you
at
know?
all.
Well, now you know.
I thought that was his own
Final
invention.
Fantasy VII. That's
Wow.
what it's all about. Just everything about this. The 80s synths, the guitars, the breakdown, the vocals. As I said, the nods to Sephiroth from Final Fantasy. Everything just sounds like so perfect. It does have, I think, the way that the synths sound have that kind of like old video gamey kind of thing, like arcadey kind of feel to it. Just everything in this. I know it almost like leans on being cheesy, but it works so well at the same time.
Oh, it's a good cheese.
Oh, it's very
a
good.
lovely
cheese.
Stilton.
I don't like cheese anyway, and I didn't like it when I wasn't big vegs. But like, hey, sometimes a bit of music.
Look at a
cheese.
Vegs cheese.
Oh, it smells like arse. It doesn't smell good.
That's fair.
It does smell good.
All I wrote down for this one, it feels like a fighting song, or
Yes.
maybe in one of those comic book films where they're gearing up
That's
for a
what
final
it is.
fight. yeah.
Like a final fight kind of thing when they're shooting off the Kamehameha balls
Aye.
and Dragon Balls
What's it
and
called?
big balls.
Highlander putting his fighting boots on.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one. It's in the best. This.
Yeah, it's gotta
The
be.
guy that does the music as well, I wrote it down, Little V Mills, very good. He does a lot of like covers of stuff as well on his YouTube. People should check
I
him out.
followed
'cause he's
someone
good.
yesterday who does like Barbie,
going
but
for?
in the style of Weezer. Barbie girl, but in the style of Weezer. Is that him or is that someone
What?
else?
I don't know. That sounds amazing.
Oh,
though.
he's very
I need
good.
to see that.
Long-haired man, you are very good. I
You're
forgot
very
what he's
good.
called. He had long brown hair. though.
Long-haired man.
Thunder Rosa's next up is called Blood and Glory 2 because the first one was Blood and Glory 1. But this second one features Chemo, or Chemo maybe, the Blaxian, who is notable for wrestling fans because he is the guy who does the lyrics on Eddie Guerrero's last two themes, as well as the Mexicools and Super Crazy's theme.
Which I didn't even realize because I wrote down before, like, oh, it gives me proper like Eddie Guerrero vibes, which I like a lot. And then I didn't realize it was the same guy.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, he's got the special sauce because he turns it into something buzzing.
Oh, yeah. What do Mexicans put on their stuff? Salsa.
Yeah,
He's got that salsa sauce. Sorry.
He's got the salsa, all right.
Just like Triple H sat here now. Anyway.
I like this one. I also like the previous one.
I prefer the previous one.
Rosa.
Because this has a similar entrance, but it's much more laid back. This is
Yes.
much more a nighttime crew song than it is a fighting song.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I still think it's very, very good. Though.
It's very, very good,
very,
but I
very
would
good.
weigh it down a little bit. I think Thunder Rosa's old one's a top tier theme, but I think this
agree.
new one's maybe just
Are we going
just
lovely?
a lovely.
A lovely.
'Cause it is still a good song.
A top of lovely.
I like the use of trumpets in it.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's
very good indeed.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good.
Katsuyori Shibata. It's called Low IQ 01, or maybe
what
that's the
I've
guy
got.
who did it.
That's me.
Maybe me today. I can't even talk. The start is great because it reminds me of No Scrubs by TLC.
It does a little bit.
No, I don't want your number. No, I ain't gonna give you mine.
It just reminds me of like it's weird because it just reminds me of Midwest emo bands as well, like TLC. No, like No Scrubs. Yeah, TLC.
Yeah.
I know.
Bit after the initial drop, sounds like it's going to be 2006's best indie hit. But then I wrote down it sounds like 2 More Years by Block Party, which came out in 2005.
My God, that's a banger as well. It does have that like very jilted DIY punk feel to it. I like that a lot though.
It's an iconic theme, though. Isn't it?
It is an iconic
People
theme.
have religious experiences when they hear that.
Do you know? Remember when he turned up? Like, was it Forbidden Door when he popped up and
I
everyone
can't
was
remember.
like, "Oh!" It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Just that intro alone, I think, is just iconic. Go
Yeah.
on, get up
Go
there.
on, get up there.
It's bloody crowded in that bestia, let me tell thee.
So it should be. Up the ruckus.
Up the ruckus.
Kyle Fletcher next up. Diamonds Up. That's what it's called, right?
Aussie.
Some demonic Aussies, let me tell you. It's quintessential Mikey Ruckus, though, because he loves some rock rap.
Oh, he sure does love some rock
And there's
rap.
plenty of this in here.
Oh, yes, there certainly is. It feels, I said it almost, well, not even almost, it does sound like a better version of Disturbed. I'm not a big fan of Disturbed.
Oh, bit of Glass Shatters.
Not a big fan of Disturbed.
What a song. Bit of
think-
Stricken.
I think it's a little bit better than
A
Disturbed.
bit of, what's it called? The V? Oh, God.
My life. I can't remember.
It's got to start with
Down
Vengeful
with
one.
Down with a sickness.
Vengeful one. Yeah.
It's good.
They're great, Disturbed. We'll just work that out now.
They're all right. They're all right. They're okay. They're all right. I don't think they're one of the best bands from that time period. I think there's better.
Ooh, scandalous. Tier list coming
Scandalous.
somewhere else soon. But I think, you know what? This one doesn't hit it for me.
Really?
In terms of the rest of the themes that we've talked about so far, this one, I think it's an all right theme.
Oh, I've said with him being away from Mark Davis for so long, I think this theme makes him feel like an actual serious singles competitor, which I like quite a bit. But, like, it's not like they've gone, oh, well, he's away from his tag partner for a bit, so we'll just give him summer until his partner comes back. Like, it makes him feel like his own thing.
I think a tweet that I'll reference again this week. I've referenced it once before.
Yeah.
Someone found a picture of when he was on Dynamite last week with the press conference when he's got the Orange Cassidy denim jacket on.
Yeah.
But they called him Orange Yarsity.
Yarsity.
Because he's got the hair, he's got the tan, he's got the tattoos.
Yas.
He's Orange Yarsity.
Yes, queen. I said it. I actually quite like this one. I thought it was pretty good. But you're saying
But where would
it's-
you put it? And then we'll weight down one. Because
I would put it in lovely. So I'm happy with it being an alright.
Bottom of lovely, I'll go for.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay,
it's better than
okay.
Toni Storm, so it's got to be
It's
true.
edging then on alright. Well,
Yeah.
that's wording.
Lovely. Kyle O'Reilly's next up. It's called In the Trenches. Big Tool vibes from this one. The dun 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 dun.
So good.
Remind me of Tool.
And that bass at the start as well, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What they've done here is they've taken Kyle's NXT theme when he was Cool Kyle
Yes.
back with Come Tuesday and whatnot, and they've just made it better.
That's
in every
exactly
single
what I've
way.
said as
Yeah.
well. Like, it sounds like they've gone, do you know that basis of that song you had? Let's actually make it good.
And make it sound a bit more like Tool.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun. Because I much prefer Dance Away. I'll
Ooh.
give you a reason.
I know a lot of people like
I'll
that one.
give you a reason.
I don't know. Yeah, but I guess if he's got that, you think more about Red Dragon, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And Bobby Fish isn't there, is he?
What's
So-
wrong with that? Everyone loves Bobby Fish.
Yeah, where's the lie? But I think this is. I like this a lot. I think
it
it's
as well.
very, very good.
I think the ceiling for it's lovely though, just based off the rest of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Bon Jovi time, baby.
Lance Archer, everybody dies, and it's now or never. I ain't going to live forever. Now, hopefully, he hasn't debuted a new theme by the time this tier list comes out, because he has re-debuted as part of the Don Callis family, and he now looks like, unfortunately, a Poundland Drew McIntyre, which is unfortunate for him. Hopefully, he changes that, because it is the hair and everything.
It's insane. Do you know what? And I never actually even clocked on to begin with until people started pointing it out, and I was like,
what was wrong with the Murder Hawk? It was
what was wrong with that? And he was menacing, and it still works as like a heel.
Are you going to say he looks like a tit? Because I'm not. He'll beat you up.
I'm not going to say he looks like a tit.
I'm saying when he has the Murder Hawk.
I get what
in
you
gimmick,
mean.
is the wrestler going to walk up and say, "Oh, you look silly with that haircut, son"?
Someone might.
Well,
We'll see on Dynamite, won't we? Someone might on Dynamite.
Well, he hasn't got any more.
Jack Perry. Oh no, they're best friends, aren't they?
Oh.
No.
So yeah, Bon Jovi comparisons. I think it's fantastic. The countdown timer at the start, I like it because it sounds like a rocket.
Yes, it sounds like a rocket. I like it a lot. I said it's really good in the arena when like the song kicks in proper with the glass smashing effect and the pyro goes off. I think that adds to it quite a lot as well. There's a lot of these songs too where the entrances themselves like just elevate the song, or the song elevates the entrance itself a little bit, just with how like the pyro goes off, or like the movements that the wrestlers doing and stuff. And this is one of them for sure. Whether we get a different song or not, now he's in the Callis family, remains to be seen.
There's a chance.
Well, this is very good though. I think this is
Top of lovely at least.
I think so too.
Yeah, great song. Next we have Malakai Black singles theme. It's Amenra. Eamon Holmes with Organ Troost.
Oh, Ross.
I love this theme.
I've seen this band live a few times. And
Were you stood in the pit?
I was stood in the pit for
And
this.
you came out?
And he takes his shirt off and he's got like a massive cross on his back. It's crazy.
What, like an actual cross or a tattoo?
Like a tattoo. Yeah,
Oh, right.
A tattoo of a big cross. And it's going to sound so pretentious now. And I'm going to sound like an arse, and you can roast me in the comments for it. It's one of the... listening to that band was one of... I don't want to say like a religious experience or anything, but it was...
We just stood there with a stonk on in the corner.
That's exactly what I was just stood there. Massive. It was insane. They are so good. And this... Again, paired with how Malakai moves and the way that he gets into the ring and the way the lights go down and he's sat in the ring. Oh my God, everything about it.
I love it, mate. It's another frat boy rolling down the hill song.
Yep.
You just take them all out with this played in your ears.
You sure
It's
can.
the eerie start, it's the screaming lyrics, it's the heavy beat. There's nobody else, maybe outside the House of Black, of course, but nobody else in AEW this could be used for.
No,
It would just feel wrong.
Another thing as well, I quite like how different, like every member of the House of Black song is within the same sort of like metal genre vein, but they're all very different from one another at the same time too.
They've been my gateway to Colin Young. I'll get on that later.
Oh,
Big Colin Young.
Big Colin Young.
I didn't realize I'd been listening to his stuff for years.
He's one of them guys. It's about, you know.
Aye.
Aye.
He's all over the shop.
He
isn't
is all over the shop.
Bloody hell. But I think it's top tier.
I think it's top tier as well. It's just doomy, just foreboding. It's very atmospheric as well at the same time. It's all the right kinds of yes.
It's just a bloody shame we don't get to see him very often
Yeah, I
these
know,
days.
isn't it?
I just wish he would. It seems like he wants to make his mind up where he wants to stay or go. It feels like he's just waiting for his contract to end so he can go back.
It does feel that
And if he
way,
does
doesn't
go
it?
back-
what's going to happen?
Get him that theme.
Get him that theme.
Yeah.
Do you not like? No one was ever truly good.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as that
It's
one.
not as good as.
I know there'll be people in the comments burning us with flames now.
Did you like it when they added the little creak? You know when he came
No,
up? It
no,
was horrible,
no,
wasn't it? It
yeah.
was weird.
It's unnecessary.
It's odd.
He's not on a board. He just rises up like that or bed.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Mark Briscoe, reach for the sky, bar. I mean, when you think of a song the Briscoes would have, it is just this one,
It's
isn't
just
it?
like southern blues
Yeah,
riff, isn't it?
gnarly, it's harsh,
It's very
it's
good.
twangy.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to the point.
It just fits. It works
It
as
does.
a theme for the Briscoes. I think, did Jay use it for a point of singles, then Mark took it over?
I think so.
Yeah, in Ring of Honor. I think that's how the lineage went. Apologies if I'm incorrect there. But I can definitely hear or see Jay Briscoe walking down the ring with his
Oh
world
yeah,
title.
absolutely.
But yeah, I think it's at least lovely.
I think it's lovely as well.
Towards the bottom of lovely, though, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
If
Kyle's
we're
is a
looking at the
little
rest of
bit
these
better.
tunes, these
Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy down here then.
Kyle Fletcher,
Let's get
yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
Fletcher down there. There we
Get him
go.
into all right, as I said. That's what
All
it should
right.
be.
All right then. He's gone. I didn't take much confidence in
No, it didn't. Undisputed Kingdom, it's called Devil Rising, a generic theme for a generic group of men. It sounds like a parody theme for a group of people who are pretend to be the NWO or the Undisputed Era, something like that. But it is quintessential ruckus it does turn into with the Rack Rock Oh God, done again. The rock rap.
No, you
The rap rock.
Okay, you got it right the first time.
I said
rap rock.
Rock, didn't
Did
I?
you say rap rock?
I don't know what I
I don't
said.
know what you said.
Rap City, bitch.
Rap City bitch.
What's that one Adam used to like back in the day? That was like rock something, wasn't it? About the 18 naked cowboys in the shower.
Oh, the Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch.
I don't know how that goes because I used to sing that in the theme of DuckTales, and that's
What, 18 naked?
18 naked cowboys here at Ram Ranch.
Yep, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
And that's where it ends.
Yep, it sure is.
Like, I think if this was the first time you were hearing this kind of theme for this kind of group, you'd be like, whoa, this is amazing, this.
And then,
But the fact there's been so many groups before with so many similar sounding, vibey songs.
yeah, I don't
It's just
know.
a bit like, oh, come on, you've got black t-shirts, you've got the heavy riff.
I like it because it feels like it's a bit of a mashup of Adam Cole's theme because you got little bits from Adam Cole's theme in there. The riff is just reworked a little bit. It's nowhere near as good as Adam Cole's, but I think it's good for them. I do think maybe you're right in terms of like it does feel like a discount NWO with the thing at the start, like the Undisputed
Kingdom!
Blown down, down. But I do like that riff though. I think it's okay. So is it all right?
It's all right.
Top of all right?
It's all right. It just reminds me that when what were they called back in the day when the Good Brothers were in the Elite? Do you remember that theme they had where it started with like Carl Anderson making the yeah, that
the
noise.
machine gun.
Yeah.
Is the big machine gun boy.
But he made that noise and they had like the was it called the Super Elite back in the day?
I think it might have been, yes. Yeah.
Their theme was a better version of this one.
I agree, yeah.
Go and listen
I
to
agree.
it. Next up, we have MJF Dig Deep by R.W. Smith. Now, this is in the YouTube audio library as of today, the 22nd of October, 2024, as we're sat here. So we could play this to our heart's content and not
We
get
could,
copyright
couldn't we?
claimed.
We could have a dance party.
In theory, but no doubt there's some sort of deal being struck where AEW have.
There has to be. I mean, like, everything that he's done with it as well, the fact that he's turned it, well, I say MJF himself has turned it into that orchestral theme that we saw when he came out on the thrones and everything. That was really cool too. I think it just like, it works so well for him, and it was just a song that was made for anybody to just put in the videos.
Yeah.
Which is weird to think about.
It was released on the 26th of June, 2014.
Wow.
It's been out
That
there for
long
a
ago.
while. Yeah, it's been out there for a while. It is a good. Excuse me. It is a good theme though. The right blend of annoying naffness with the
Yeah.
meh, meh, just the way the notes are played. Not actual the structure of the notes. Just
Yeah.
the meh. Sounds a bit naff, doesn't it? Meh, 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 meh. But it is an
But then
iconic.
the drums kick in, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. It reminds me of when you hear, not quite on the same level, but when you hear the final countdown for Danielson, as soon as you hear that bang in an arena, you're like, oh, we're going to get something good here.
Yeah.
We're getting something
But
good.
it works because it is, as I was going to say, like it is the right level of naffness because he is a heel, but it is the right level of catchy, which is annoying because it's a bit naff sounding, but he is a heel, so it works.
Exactly. It just works so
It'll
well.
go down as one of the most iconic little riffs of all time.
Which is crazy. Yeah, again, crazy to think that it was
Yeah.
just a song that anybody could have for
Yeah.
anything. I think it's
He must have sat there for hours.
just going through them
Because he
all.
had it, I'm sure he had it for All In 2018 as well. So he's used it before AEW.
Oh, yeah, I think he did, actually, yeah.
So he must have sat there for hours on the YouTube audio library just trying to find a
And
song.
there's some stinkers on there.
Oh, right there
there's
is.
some stinkers on there.
Yeah, top tier though,
Top
isn't
tier,
it?
yeah, for sure.
Orange Cassidy, Where Is My Mind by the Alpixies.
Oh.
It's 2 on the nose for me for an Orange Cassidy theme. I remember saying this last time we did a tier list for the AEW themes. It's a great song by itself in a vacuum, but for a wrestling theme for Orange Cassidy, the character that he is and whatnot, it's 2 on the nose for
You
me.
prefer Jane by Jefferson
Prefer
Starship?
Jane, prefer Best Friends, ideally.
Oh, that's a good one as well,
Yeah,
isn't
what a
it?
tune it was. It's like if the Beast Mortos was coming out as She-Wolf by Shakira.
There's a she-wolf in
Yeah,
your
it's what it's
closet.
like. It's just 2 on the nose.
It's 2 on the nose for you.
We
That's
can
fair
see what
enough.
he is. We don't need to hear what he is as well.
So is it a lovely then? Or is it an all right, are you thinking? Just
I
because?
I think it's all right.
Oh.
Just because it's too. I don't know. I might be on my own thinking that it's a good song, but it's
But it
just.
fits him so well, though.
Does it though?
Yeah, just like how like I don't want to say how lazy the thing is, but
It's
it's got like the
lackadaisical,
tempo
yeah.
is like quite for sure, and how things are like a little bit offbeat and that, and I think it works really well. I think it might. If you're not gonna say the best, I'm gonna suggest Lovely.
All
at
right,
least,
I'll go
anyway.
for Lovely.
Okay.
I just prefer the best friends one thing for Orange
fine.
Cassidy. Next up, we have Pack. It's called Out of Time 2.0. Put it on the SSX Tricky 3 soundtrack, let me tell you. Sounds a bit like if Pendulum and Prodigy had a music baby.
Oh my God,
And this would be the music baby.
Yes.
It's great. It sounds different than anything else on the roster. For me, it works for him as a heel or a baby face. I'm going to use that word again. The juxtaposition of him being like pretty old thrills and like, whoa, sick red ball, Black Arrow flips and whatnot. But then he walks down the ring just very slowly.
Yes.
Yes. Well, this
like this.
fast-paced music is playing on top of it.
It's so good, and the version beforehand had like a really long intro to
Yeah.
it, but they've cut that straight off, straight to the point. It's a banger.
Yes.
It's a Northumberland Street banger. Let me tell you.
It's a Geordie banger.
It's a Geordie
great
banger.
sausage company, one of the greatest sausage companies in the world. Well, you can't. Oh,
Well, I
just
can't now.
When you're having like
one day.
a non-veg day in the future, there'll be one day. Go to
Go on
Geordie Bangers and have a sausage roll.
Hey, I will
You've
do.
not had a sausage roll like it in your life.
I will be there day one.
Just pretend it's couscous or something.
Couscous. I did couscous.
Where do you go for that one then?
What we go? What? Ricky
put it in the
Starks?
best?
I put it in the best. Yeah.
Oh
it
my
is the
goodness
best. Would
me!
you put it
I'd have gone
there?
lovely personally.
Oh,
No, you'd
fine
have to
then.
change
All
it.
right,
It's fine.
all
You
right,
gotta
all
do what you
right.
want.
It's at the bottom there. So
Ricky Starks is next up, and I've put him in there because the man himself says he's all right. So surely he's going to be back on TV. Not if by the time this has come out, but not soon in
You'd
the
hope
future.
so.
So the Revolution is televised. The theme is called It's Live, and it's live. Martin Tyler. Could be the game show theme on ITV1 back at 6 o'clock on a
Oh.
Saturday night for me.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And now it's time for the chase.
Oh,
So it's got that vibe for
blankety
me.
blank.
Yeah, it's nice efforts from him as well when he's doing his entrance to time his. What's he do? His arm movements in the time with the music. It's a good theme for a heel or a face, as he's proven.
Yep.
It's just big time feeling. It's prime time feeling. It's a wrestling theme.
I've said it oozes sort of that, like the feel of confidence, cockiness, and charisma, which is exactly all the things that Ricky Starks has. And it sounds like if people are so inclined to go onto YouTube and look for the Dragon Ball Z Budokan Tenkaichi 3 menu theme.
Oh yes, of
It
course.
sounds-
I know it well.
I know you're
I know it well.
a connoisseur of said game. It sounds very similar to that, and that's not a bad thing.
Is
at
that
all.
where the inspo has come from?
It could be, to be honest. I don't know if Ricky Starks is a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I feel like a lot of wrestling, or wrestlers are, should I say,
Yeah.
a big fan of the Dragon Ball Zs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's very good, and it's another one like Eddie Kingston's that when you close your eyes and you like hear the song, you picture someone like Ricky Starks.
An arsehole.
An arsehole.
Who can be nice when he
Exactly.
wants to.
Yes, for sure. Where are we saying then?
I'd say lovely,
I
for
think
this one.
lovely as well.
Yeah. Not one of the not the best of the best, but it is still good. Nyla Rose, no idea what this new one's called because it's not on YouTube or the Spotify for AEW, but it's the OG themes intro, but with a different song afterwards. I was a big fan of the OG theme. Here comes the beast to cast asunder,
Oh, is that the one? Here comes
breaking,
the
breakage, pillage and plunder. But she was on Dynamite a few weeks ago in that 4-way before the last pay-per-view,
And she had a different
and she had a
one.
different theme. It sounds like if
Ass.
what?
Ass.
Ass.
Because I thought we were listening to the other one.
Aye, no.
So I buggered it now.
Well, you'd think so because they haven't put the new one on Spotify yet. So sort it out, AEW.
Sort it out.
But the new one sounds like if Gladiators on BBC went a bit more into their D&D.
Okay.
Because it's got like... Do you remember Brandon Cutler's theme?
yeah.
It's a bit like that.
Oh.
It's got like a heavier, like riffier, like it's a bit rocky, but not too rocky. But it's got like the strings on top of it, so it sounds a bit like.
Oh, okay.
And it also sounds a bit like Dustin Rhodes' solo theme to me with the string instruments and like the heavier beat below.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it because I rated the other one, unfortunately.
And I'd go for all right, Andrew.
go for all
Just
right?
I much prefer the old one.
The old one is good. The old one I like it because it's got that call and response thing that makes me think, like in a film where they all sit by the fire and they talk about this mythical beast that needs to be slain that comes out at night but nobody believes them
And
until it
Taz
finally
loves
comes
singing
out.
it as well.
He does.
Nyla Rose. Swerve Strickland's up next. Big Pressure in brackets remixed by Flash Garments and Swerve the Realist.
And we like to swerve when we drive. Swerve when we drive. Therefore, it's the best. Although, don't swerve when you drive, though, unless it's to get out of the way of danger.
Yeah. If you just missed the rabbit on the road, don't hit the rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricochet's next up. It's called... Here we go.
Whoa! Oh my, the Ricoverse!
Into the Ricoverse.
Yeah, which happened because he turned up at Wrestle Dream.
He did. It's just funny after Rico came back and then saying that there, you think, into the Ricoverse.
What does that mean?
Maybe Ricoverse. Sounds like a theme that the Four Horsemen would have had if they were still doing the wrestling here in 2024.
Yeah.
'Cause it's got that sort of, that shreddy, not even shreddy guitar, that's just that classic guitar.
It sounds like it has
Bit of Eric Clapton.
a little bit of Eric Clapton. It reminds me of the X-Men theme song, the X-Men cartoon theme song a little bit.
Apparently
Did you put
it sounds
that as
like
well?
X-Men 97.
Oh, it does a little
Yeah.
bit. But for me, it sounds more like a heel theme than it does a babyface
Because
theme.
it's slow.
It's slow, and I think he might be turning heel sometime. Hopefully soon.
Ah.
I'd at least hope so, because I feel like it would suit him more as a heel theme than it does a babyface theme.
Yeah. I like the intro bit as well.
Yeah.
Everybody down and watch for the Ricochet. Or the Ricochet.
The Ricochet.
I think this is...
I think it's okay.
I think it's all right, isn't
I
it?
think it just feels a little bit generic.
Yeah.
A little tiny bit. They've given it a bit of character, but it's kind of not. It's not quite.
It does sound
hit.
big and grand and whatnot.
does,
Like all
it does.
AEW themes do, but
Yeah,
it's just it's.
you'll go there.
Yeah. Next up, we have Roosh. Get the horns. Get the horns. I love it when he says that.
Get the horns.
Get the horns.
My God.
It sounds like he's from Ashton in Northumberland. There.
Oh, I thought you were doing an Irish accent there.
Oh, I wasn't intending to.
Oh.
It's called Bullwhip, and I think I like the big bull noise. No, the big,
Yeah.
that one, right?
Yeah.
But the bit before that was a bit like,
Off to work we go.
I could picture a pirate ship. I could picture a pirate ship with
He'd be
Roosh
a
and the
good
Beast,
then
the Beast Mortos and Dralistico, all those lads on the pirate ship. But then after the intro gets out the way and the big bull noise happens, plenty in there to like.
Yep.
It's got a nice pace to it. Sounds like a bull galloping around a field.
Yeah, it does.
Dun, dun,
It's
dun,
very
dun,
intimidating, and then it's got the low rumbling vocals in there as well, which are quite menacing, which I like a lot. But it's got good melody in there. I think it suits him perfectly.
Lovely for me.
I think lovely.
Not
as
top
well.
of lovely, but in lovely.
No.
Firmly in lovely.
Kabosh.
Hikaru Shida up next is called The Way of the Samurai by Shinichi Kobayashi. Kobayashi.
I think it's Kobayashi.
Kobayashi.
Maybe it is
Have I
Kobayashi.
just taken the eye off for no reason?
I don't know actually.
Mr. Shinichi K.
Shinichi K.
We'll
Big
go
Sin
for that.
K.
Not to get the surname incorrect. Gives me big bloody Power Ranger energy.
Oh my God! How good we get like the traditional Japanese instruments at the start, and then it kicks into a wonderful rocky
I
sort
can
of.
imagine a green screen of like effects and whatnot, and then Shida going like da-da-ya.
Why is she cocking fist?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was trying to
either.
think of a pose the Power Rangers used to do back in the day.
Well, I guess they would do, don't they? When
Yeah.
they put the gloves on and they're like, tiger badge, go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
You know.
I think it works very fun. I think it works very fun. What does that mean?
It is working very fun. Yeah.
It is very
It's
fun.
giving
isn't it?
very fun, as the
It's
kids might
giving
say.
very fun.
But it's the higher pitched shredding. That's what gives me
Yeah.
the power. It's straight out of 1994.
Yeah, exactly. No, like it just works. It just works so well.
It's not maybe not the top of the best, but it's in the best.
I think it's
I think it's fantastic.
I think so too.
It's a lot
had
better than
another
our old
one.
I never got like hooked by the old one.
It
was the
sounded
drums
like,
at the start were a bit slow for me.
It sounded like a Naruto theme song.
Dun, 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 dun,
Not that I know what
dun, dun,
Naruto's.
dun.
Joanne watches Naruto. I don't watch Naruto, but she likes Naruto, and it sounds like a song I would hear from her watching Naruto.
I legitimately thought you were talking about a wrestler when you said Naruto.
No, it's an anime.
Yes.
Yes.
Samoa Joe's up next. It's called Coliseum Clash. All that matters with this one, of course, is that you can chant Joe along with it. Another one of those fight songs. I could imagine this song being played at either an 8 Mile or a Scary Movie 3 rap battle with someone spitting bars over the top
Oh,
of it.
wow. Oh, yeah. And that feels like something, I think Joe likes that kind of music too.
Yeah.
So, I can see him wanting that to happen if they do an AEW
He has
remix album.
he's pretty much consistently had this all the way through his career.
So, yeah, like the horns.
Apart
and
from
the
his first NXT theme, remember that one? They made it all like
Yeah.
That didn't work at all, did it?
I guess that's the worry, isn't it? Is when he goes to a new company, you're like, oh no, are they going to be able to recreate the things that they've done in the past that make him so feel so big and grand and everything? And they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the best ones.
I'll go for it as well.
Yeah.
Instantly recognisable at the start as well with the da 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 da. The Beast Mortos is up next. No idea what it's called. I had to go and watch an old episode of Dynamite to see what his theme actually sounded like because I couldn't think about the top of my head. Sounds a bit like Andrew. Now you might just crap yourself at this one.
I might absolutely pop my pants.
Sounds a bit Saint Angerish to me.
Oh,
Because there's plenty of bass drum, plenty of crash cymbal. Crash cymbals. There's plenty of that going on there.
I've gone a little bit different to Saint Anger, and I said Slayer.
Right.
I think it sounds a little bit Slayer. It's just very like full force, thrashy. Feels like a bull's coming to get you in China shop.
A she-wolf.
A she-wolf, some might say, in your closet. Open up and let it in. So I think it suits the man very, very much. Or the beast.
The only criticism could be it's a bit generic.
That's the thing as well, is it just feels placeholder for now until they give him something a bit more. Yeah, that's it.
Literally everything we've talked about today has got something relating to the wrestler. Maybe apart from hologram. But then it's got the sci-fi-ish stuff.
Yeah, it's got the sci-fi kind of like Back to the Future.
I'm trying to look at someone whose theme who hasn't got like a thing relating to their character in it.
I think the only thing
Purrazzo?
for me would be Jack Perry's and just like it sounding like a final boss theme when he's not necessarily at that level just yet.
I've been saying Purrazzo, haven't I?
Yeah, it's Purrazzo.
Deonna Purrazzo. Matthews whizzle-wazzled my mind.
Whizzle-wazzled your mind,
I'm
boy.
just trying to think of him. Deonna Preview. Anyway, Deonna Purrazzo. That's
Deonna Purrazzo, yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
So Beast Mortos then, eh? It's all right, Tinty. It's all right.
I'll go below Kyle.
See ya.
Below
Kyle.
Yeah, below Orangeosity. Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Kyle O'Reilly then. I was going to say blasphemous, boy.
You kind of put that in all right with the dun. Which Tool song is that? Is it Schism?
There's a lot of them are like that. A lot of them are like that.
What's the drummer called?
It's not. Is it Danny?
Danny Yai with the long hair. Danny long hair.
I don't want to say. I can't remember.
Danny basketball fan.
Danny, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Is it a C?
I think it is. I want to say Danny not Carvery. Cave, eh? Carvery, Toby Carvery.
Danny Carvery.
I feel like it's something like that though, but I can't remember. Danny Carvery.
He was playing the drums for Kyle O'Reilly's theme. Yes, of course he was. Will Ospreay, It Lives, It Breathes with distinctive intro. Best theme of his career so far, I'd say. The lyrics are on point. It allows you to get the Ospreay chanting at the end there. Yeah. Bit of an audience participation.
Oh, yes.
The vibes are all in the right places. It makes you feel good about life, Andrew.
I said that. I said, much like Kenny Omega's, it's just incredibly epic.
Yeah.
And it gets you pumped.
It's a top tier theme.
It is a top tier one, isn't it? It's a banger.
Yeah. Now, this one will take a chance by putting in the tier because he could well get a new theme because of what's been going on recently. But the Great Yuta. Boom! Born in Battle, it's called this one. The one bit I don't like about it is the shing at the start because that's Jay White's noise.
Jay White's
get your own noise.
Different kind of sword.
That's
a switchblade.
Oh, that's Chase Hughes' noise. You can't have that one.
You can't have that one.
Yeah, what noise can you have?
Why clown nose?
Trying to think of a noise in wrestling that's been claimed yet.
What? He's a fighter. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a whip, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's better.
What's like pounding meat? That sounds weird as well. The
little 4 notes that happen in Tracy Beaker's theme. I remember being in school, right?
Make my dreams come true.
I was in school in year 6, and someone was like, we're having like a discussion in class, and someone was like, you ever listened to the Tracy Beaker theme and thought, this is in year 6, which I can't
What did
believe.
it sounds like?
It sounds like someone having a wank. Yeah.
Like that.
Just the
I guess it does a little bit.
Maybe that's 6 notes. But you know what I mean if you hear the Tracy Beaker theme. So yeah, we'll give that noise to the Great Yuta. Maybe it just should be someone like heaving breath inside of a plastic bag.
Oh my god, that sounds that's very menacing.
Because it is very Japanese sounding, or
It is.
90s fighting game sounding. One of the two.
It's very. I said that. It's very 90s arcade game, fighting game feeling. Apparently, as well, it is, and I wrote this down, and it is. If you listen to Mitsuharu Misawa's All Japan theme, Spartan
right.
X, it's like pretty much just an homage to that. It sounds so similar. It's pretty like note for note.
Yeah.
But I like it though.
Yeah, I think it's a
do like
lovely theme for me.
Yeah, me too as
I
well.
don't think it's quite in the best tier, but it's good as well.
I said it. It's also. Oh, sorry. That was for Spartan X. That was for Misawa's All Japan theme, as you would know, being the All Japan.
Oh
expert
yeah, of
that
course,
you are.
yeah.
I said it's a buzzing theme song and even delves into what sounds like theme songs from UK Saturday night TV shows.
Does it? Which bit?
I can't remember from when I was writing that, but there you go. Blankety blank, blankety blank. Is it lovely or is it the best?
Lovely for me.
Lovely. Let's get it in there. Boom.
Shelton Benjamin recently debuted for AEW. His song is called Shining Forever. Mega Ran on the vocals, which is always a good thing because Mega Ran is world class.
Mega Ran is lovely.
It feels grand. I can imagine Optimus Prime getting ready for a fight against Rocky while getting dressed to this song.
Well, he's naff though, isn't he? Because that's a big robot man.
Yeah.
He's just hitting
Optimus
pure,
Prime putting his
pure
shoes
metal
on,
there.
putting his car shoes on.
Yeah. His car shoes.
His shoes
on.
that are cars.
His little Toyota Yaris's.
Kick Rocky down. Nobody's going to bring him down. It really complimented a really impressive debut for Shelton, I thought, in AEW by having this theme. He felt the presence was there.
Yeah.
He's been working out there, Andrew. He's shredded more than he was before, which I find impossible at his age somehow.
It's insane.
But the whole package was there for him for that debut, I thought.
Yeah, I said it's really nice that they got the little "Ain't No Stopping Me Now" sort of homage in there. Obviously, it's not the same as the stinger that he had in WWE, but it's a nice little nod to it, which is always really cool. And I said it sounds very grand. It sounds very important. Like if you imagine in a film where the important people are in a club and they're sat in the VIP part and they're drinking
Surrounded
the
by
champagne
lovely ladies.
and the lovely ladies. That's exactly what I put. Surrounded by the lovely ladies drinking the champagne, and that kind of like fits, I guess, with the whole sort of MVP thing going on at the moment too. I think it's really, really good. I think they did a really good job with this, and what I'm assuming is a very short amount of time too to get this ready for his arrival. So
It's at least top of lovely.
I think so as well. I
At
think
least.
it's top of lovely.
And we round things off. I was on about Colin Young earlier, but Heart of Heart, Julia Hart's theme. Colin Young played a massive role in this theme. He's the male vocals you hear after the initial lady vocals. But I didn't realize he was part of Twitching Tongues. Their song "Gaining Purpose" was in my rotation of a fair few years ago.
I
now.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's a very talented
He
man.
is a very talented
He plays
man.
the drums in God's Hate.
Really?
Yeah. He has a Britney Spears microphone as well. That's
Did not
Colin
know
Young,
that.
isn't it? I'll Google that
That's
afterwards.
insane.
I'm pretty sure it's Colin Young.
I like it when they've got the little Britney Spears microphones.
He doesn't do the noise though. The juxtaposition. I'm going to use that word again. I know everyone's
Do
sick of it.
it.
I'm sorry, but the soft vocals at the start with the heavy guitar and the drums is lovely. It's a song you can sing along to. Born from hate inside my brain,
My
mind.
heart.
If you knew the lyrics properly, you could sing along. I think it's got proper aura, what the kids like to say this song, because when she's walking down the ring, she sings along to it as well. I just think it works as a package. And then the bit towards the end when it just descends into a big gnarly rock off. Rock your socks off.
Oh, it's so good. Do you know what I like about it as well? Obviously, it feels like her sort of presentation feels very witchy almost, and I like that the vocals kind of like give off like all the pagans are sat around the fire with the cauldron, hubble bubble, toil and trouble, kind of like. Do you know what I mean? Though?
Yeah, I know
It
what you
kind of
mean.
has that kind of feeling to it, and again, yeah, I think it's really good. I think the instrumentation and everything is spot on. Look at this, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him play the drums in God's Hate
guy.
before. Yeah.
God, look at the pecs on that man.
Well, that's drumming, isn't it?
That's insane. Yeah, that is drumming.
Lifting them
Oh my
sticks.
god, he's so hench.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure he's got a girlfriend. You do too.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say. I'm just saying this is a banger.
Julia Hart's top tier.
It's sad that the song says the house always wins when the house doesn't always win. They should win more.
They do most of the time.
They do most of the time, but they
Yeah.
should win all the time.
Yeah.
That's
Top-
all I'm
top
saying.
tier, though.
Top tier for me as well.
So we get to the crucial part of the video where Andrew is going to stop being nice and be cutthroat and decisive when he tells us what is the best theme in AEW in 2024.
There's a
These
lot,
pictures
Ross.
are really, really small,
seal them?
so I can have to move that there. Is Claudio's new theme better than Moxley's? That is a humdinger to start with, Andrew.
That's hard. That I think it might be.
Go on,
We're
then.
Putting it there. Oh no, but Death Rider's so good.
Stop being
Right,
decisive.
yeah.
First answer first. I'll accept your first. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I know what you mean.
Okada or Claudio?
Claudio.
Adam Cole or Claudio?
Might be Adam Cole right there. Sorry.
Serena Deeb or Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
Skye Blue or Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
Metalingus or Adam Cole?
Is it sacrilegious to say Adam Cole?
It's up to you.
Adam Cole.
He's gone for Adam Cole. Hangman Page's new one or Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
FTR or Adam Cole?
Adam Cole.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly. Brody King or Adam Cole?
Brody King.
Who is that next picture?
That is. That's
that
the House of Black.
House of Black or Adam? Oh,
Brody.
Brody King. Be harder.
Brody.
Oh, he's gone for Brody.
Danielson.
Final countdown. Or Brody King.
Brody. Oh, that's bad, that isn't it? People are gonna hate me for that.
Yeah.
That'd be right, won't
Jamie
it?
Hayter or Brody King?
Jamie Hayter.
Christian Cage or Brody King? Oh, Jamie Hayter, sorry.
Jamie Hayter.
Darby Allin or Jamie Hayter?
That picture you picked is perfect. Jamie Hayter.
Eddie Kingston or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Willow Nightingale or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Hook, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter.
Yuka or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Jay White or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Jeff Jarrett or Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Julia Hart or Jamie Hayter? Jamie
It
Hayter.
doesn't even sound like a real name anymore, Jamie Hayter.
Who the hell is that? That is so small. I cannot see.
The Bang Bang Gang.
Oh, the Bang Bang. Oh, the Bang Bang Gang or Jamie Hayter? He's got. Ooh, is he?
Jamie Hayter.
Omega or Jamie Hayter?
Omega.
Oh, Shibata
no.
or Omega?
Omega.
Malakai Black or Omega? Is he going?
Oh no, but that's by it. But everybody can do this at home
You've
themselves.
got the mouse.
Soz boss.
He's gone for it. MJF or Malakai Black?
Malakai Black.
Pac or Malakai?
Malakai.
Swerve or Malakai? Big pressure indeed.
I'm doing it.
He's gone for it.
I don't care.
Swerve or Shida?
Swerve.
Samoa Joe or Swerve?
Samoa
Oh,
Joe.
he's gone. Oh, I didn't expect
I'm
that.
going for it.
Or Will Ospreay and Samoa Joe. Who has the best theme out of those two?
Will Ospreay.
There you heard it.
Oh
everybody.
my god.
We can
no.
exclusively reveal the best theme in AEW in 2024 is It Lives, It Breathes. Tell us how wrong we are in the comments down below. Thank you for watching as well. I've been Ross, joined by Andrew, and we'll see you whenever the bloody hell we see you, right? That didn't mean to sound so threatening.
That's good.
I'll come to your house, right, and I'll pull your curtains down. And I'll run away and laugh.